My Lord, I would not dispute what Jonathan had said because he was fine in his body and I was tired of being assaulted, my Lord.
Now, let's go back to the industrial side that you talked about, that Brigadier Gininda, Sergeant Mohola arrive, and Gininda comes out of his motor vehicle, approaches the car that you are placed in. What happened next?
Manje ke asiye laphayana la uthi kunamafem khona. Bese uma ufika bese uGininda uyaphuma uza kuwena kule moto lebukade ukuyo. Kwayenzakalani ke khona lapho?
Kosenkantolo uphumile weza ke emontweni wangibuza ukuthi wayenqaba ukusayina statement phambi kwa magistrate.
My Lord, he came from his vehicle and came to me and asked me why did I refuse to sign a statement before the magistrate.
Ngathi mina kosenkantolo angeke ngisayine into engayazi nokuthi ibhalwa ubani.
And I said to him, I would not sign what I do not know and who the author was. Because he continually mentioned that I am making him a fool.
And then what happened?
And he then informed me that if I do not sign them, I will sign them as they will do to me.
What happened next?
And then I was taken out of the motor vehicle and my hands were uncuffed and then cuffed once more to the back as Mabena had done.
What happened next?
And then I was placed with a plastic in my head.
Who placed the plastic bag over your head at that stage initially?
Ubani ofake leyo plastic ekhanda
Mabena ofake plastic ekhanda lami ngoba ukuthelezi yena imoto yayimso mangenza so ngikhiyama ngemoto engibambe ngapha ukuthelezi nalona omunye uzile uzotestify la igama lakhe sengikhohliwe Nkosi enkantolo.
Mabena is the person that has placed the plastic bag on me and the vehicle was behind me.
Was anything said to you whilst the plastic bag was placed over your head?
Ikhona into ebayisho kuwe ngalesikhathi bafaka leyo plastic kuwe.
Babesho phela mase ngifuna ukukhuluma bazobona ngami ngizomemeza.
They then said
or ngishaye unyawo phansi.
They then said if I wish to say something I would then shout or tap my feet.
And how long did this process continue?
Kuthathe isikhathi esingakanani lokho?
Ngeke ngikwazi Nkosi enkantolo ngumashini isikhathi ngoba isikhathi sekazi ngangenalo iwatch Nkosi enkantolo.
I would not be able to mention the time as I did not have a watch. However, we waited at that particular place.
And was it only Mabena that was doing the plastic tubing over your head, or did somebody else participate in that process?
Kwakumabena kuphela obekade efaka lelo plastic ukuchupa noma ukhona omunye?
Mabena phela uJonathan wayemngapha duzane naye.
It was only Mabena and Jonathan was standing on the side.
And
that's when I realized that I should rather sign this document. Because my Lord, there is nothing that I did according to my will. Because if there was something that I did voluntarily, I would have written in Zulu, since I am able to write in Zulu.
And it was placed by Mr. Mgomezulu to certain witnesses that the document that you signed at that industrial site had blood spills on it. Can you comment on that?
Ummeli uMgomezulu uye wathi lamaphepha awasayine laphaya la kunamafem wayekade echithelwe igazi. Ungathini ngalokho?
Angeke ngicommente ngaleyo Nkosi enkantolo ngoba vele igazi laphuma enkhafu lokho ngedle endaweni yodwa lacotsa liphuma lapha kwathiwa.
I would not comment regarding that, as the handcuffed had injured me and the blood was splitting as I was signing. Sorry, apologies for that.
And did you actually see blood on any of the documents that you were made to sign at that place?
Ulbonile igazi kulamaphepha la bebathe uwasayine kuleya ndawo.
khona lapha ngangathi ngibamba khona so kwathiwa ngingabamba ngibamba ipeni kuphela mina ngingabambi ngazalami kwathiteka ngapha eceleni.
There is a point when I tried holding like this, and the witness shows with his left hand, and he was informed that he should not hold. However, there is a spillage of blood. There was a spillage of blood, and he was told just to sign and hold a pen.
What transpired after you signed those documents?
Kwenzakeleni ngemva kokuthi usayine lawo maphepha?
Basuka futhi bathi ukukhuluma bodwa ngase ke sengihamba sebengihambisa ke police station khona la. Angazi kuphi police station khona.
They moved away from me and had a caucus, and then that's when we left, and I was taken to a certain police station, which I do not know which police station was it.
Now, let us quickly go to the events of the 26th and 27th and the 5th of March 2021. The 26th of October 2020, do you recall that date?
Asiye kwisenzakalo ese 26 zika October 2020 usakhumbula?
Evidence led in this court is that on the 26th of October 2020, you were charged for this matter, Foslora's case 636 of 10/2014. Notice of rights were given to you. Warrants of arrest were served on you. Do you recall that?
Kuthiwa wena nge 26
October
nge
2020.
26 zika October wena uye wathwesa leli cala lase Fosloras la lika 636 ekuthi baye bakufundela amalungelo wakho, bakunika nephepha lawo amalungelo lawo, bakucebisa futhi nokuthi uthweswa leli cala. Usakhumbula lokho?
Kosenkantolo angikukhumbula lokho, mina ngitshajwe ngoJune 16 ngaleli cala lelo ngiphambi kwalo la. Ngitshenewa futhi ukuthi ngumhali maye ngibopha ukuthi ungibophele icala lika Senzo, akaze ngiboshiwe mina ngoOctober ngecala lika Senzo, ngiboshwe ngoJune 16 kosenkantolo.
My Lord, I do not remember that, as I was charged on the 16th of June and I was arrested at that point. I have never been charged on the 26th of October. I was informed by Mukhale that I have been charged for the matter of Senzo.
Yeah, ngoba ngalesi sikhathi evule emaseleni sajikela khona ngapha unetafula khona ephethe amabhuku namaphepha nalento yokustemba, wangitshela ukuthi indoda ake iqala ngokuthwesa icala lika Senzo le matter lase Fosloras. Wabe ngicharge bathatha ama fingerprint yonke into.
Because my Lord, even when he opened the cells, when we went, there was a desk and he had documents which he then placed them down and informed me that I am being charged for the murder of Senzo in Fosloras.
Now, are you done, sir?
Uqedile?
Okunye nkosenkantolo kwamangaza ukuthi anganginiki iphepha elifana nalela anginike lona eRustenburg ngoba phela ungicharge eqale ngecase le yemurder. Wazonginika iphepha lele nhlamvu namanje iphepha lele elifana naleli anginalo laleli cala.
And my Lord, what surprised me is that why was I not given a document that looked similar to that one which I was charged for possession of ammunition in Northwest? Because the document that looks like this one, I do not have for this particular matter.
And that document that you refer to, what is that, sir?
Yini le ncwadi okhuluma ngayo?
Ilapha angatshena khona le Rustenburg ngama rights ngiqala ukuthola ama rights ngaleli phepha. Lokuthi makuphela 48 hours kufanele ngikhulule mangayiwe katolo. Laleli cala kaze nginikwe.
This is a notice of rights which I was given that if within 48 hours I do not appear before a magistrate, then the matter would be removed from the roll. But for this matter,
manje ngithusa le mase kuthiwa mina ngiboshwe ngoOctober ngithusa kakhulu ukuthi kathi ngoJune 16 ngangiboshelwa le phicala.
I am very much shocked, my Lord, that I was arrested in October. Now my question is, what was I being arrested for on the 16th of June?
Now let's go to the events of the 27th of October 2020. It is common cause and evidence has been led in this court that you and the co-accused appeared in the Boksburg Magistrates Court on that day. Do you recall that day?
Asiyeke kwindaba yange 27 zika October 2020 ukuthi nina navela ke nalabasolwa eBoksburg Magistrate Court. Usakhumbula lokho?
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo wafika kimi ekuseni wangitshela ukuthi ngiye court wangivusanlela wathi uye court.
Yes, my lord, he arrived to me in the morning and informed me that I was going to court.
And then who is the he that you are talking about?
Ubani lo othi wangivusa ekseni. Ubani lo muntu okhuluma ngaye?
Sayitshela umhani Nkosi enkantolo.
Sergeant Mukhani.
And were you provided with any escort from the regular people that escorted you to and fro throughout the investigations?
Uye waba nalabantu la bekade behamba nemoto yenu behamba basemuva benu benilandelela.
Yaye khona escort mali kwangisibona Buthelezi Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord, there was escort. However, it was not Buthelezi and his team.
Now, explain to the Honorable Court what transpired on the first appearance at the Boksburg Magistrates Court.
Ake uchazisele inkantolo ukuthi kwenzakeleni ke uma nivela ke okokuqala nibikelela uMantshi nge-27 ka-October eBoksburg enkantolo.
Sihambile Nkosi enkantolo ngafika khona lapho engangazi khona wayelanga lokuqala ngena khona lapho phakathi. Ngoba ngangingaboni nguphi no.
We went to that place which I did not know, my lord, as it was my first time being in that particular place.
What then transpired inside court, the proceedings and all of that, what happened?
Kwenzakalani ke enkantolo uma sesenifika laphayana.
Sangena Nkosi enkantolo phakathi. Nganqaba mina ungena eboxini.
We went in court and I refused to go into the accused dock.
My lord, I see it's promptly 1 p.m. Can we perhaps take the long adjournment?
Okay, 2 o'clock.
Sizobuya ngehora lesibini ke.
October 2020.
Nge-27 October 2020 la wena wanqaba ukungena eboxini. Qhubeka khona lapho.
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo nganqaba ungena eboxini.
Yes, my lord, I refused to go into the accused dock.
What was the reason thereof?
Bekuyini isizathu sokuthi unqabe?
Okokuqala Nkosi enkantolo ngangazi ukuthi eboxini ngiyokwenzani mina.
Firstly, I did not know the reason why was I supposed to go into the accused dock.
Okwesibili Nkosi enkantolo ngangithweswe icala ngoJune 16 azange aphile ndawo.
And since I was charged on the 16th of June 2020, I never appeared before any magistrate.
And what transpired then?
Kwenzakalani ke?
Asingenanga abangasangena sonke nabafuthi labangangenabo.
We, all of us, never went into the accused dock.
Now, regarding Mr. Mjiako, was he present on court on the 27th of October 2020?
Manje ke ngumnumzana uMjiyakho wayekade ekhona enkantolo nge-27 ka-October 2020.
Yebo wayekhona.
Yes, he was present.
And who was he representing at the time?
Wayekade emele bani ekhulumela bani?
Mina Nkosi enkantolo.
He was representing me, my lord.
And how did Mjiako know that you are appearing on that date, the 27th of October 2020?
Wazenjani uMjiyakho ukuthi wawukade uzovela phambi kwaMantshi ngo-October 2020 nge-27?
Angazi Nkosi enkantolo ngoba la e-police station akazange angivisit uMjiyako.
I do not know, my lord, because at the police station, Mr. Mjiyakho never visited me.
And on the 24th of June 2020, at the magistrates' court in Boksburg, did he inform you that he will appear for you at court?
Manje nge-24 ka June 2020 enkantolo yakaMantshi eBoksburg uye wakutshela ukuthi uzokumela.
Nkosi enkantolo ayikho into engayikhuluma nalo noMjiyako Nkosi enkantolo.
My lord, there is nothing that I spoke with Mjiyako.
Ukukhuluma naye mina naye lapha eminyango ngimbuza ukuthi uthunywe ubani ngoba eze lapha nyathi ke muthunywe sisi khona ukukhuluma kwami lo ngangimgcina futhi mangiqede ku magistrate ngiphuma kwakumgcina kwami lokho Nkosi enkantolo.
The only conversation I had with him was when I was asking him who sent him, and he said he was sent by my sister. That was the last conversation we had.
Now, on the 27th of October 2020, did you instruct Mr. Mujiako to come and represent you at the Boksburg Magistrates Court?
Manje nge-27 zika October 2020 uye wathi kuye ezokumela enkantolo.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo ngangaxhumani nje naNkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord, as I was not in contact with him.
And now he appears in front of the Magistrates Court. He confirms that he appears for you. Did you raise your concern about his representation of you with the presiding officer in that court?
Nakuke yena sekamile enkantolo ethi umele wena. Ikhona into ewuye wayiphawula wena njengoba sokumanje.
Angiphawulanga Nkosi enkantolo ngelanga lokuqala.
On the first appearance, I did not raise anything, my lord.
Sorry? Okay. Let me see that. Because I need to see the actual document. Let's proceed in the meantime. They are looking for an exhibit for me. But regarding the appearances in Boksburg Magistrates Court, on the 27th of October 2020, the 27th of November 2020, and the 5th of March 2021, did you instruct Mr. Mujiako to represent you?
Manje nge-27 October 2020, 27 November 2020, 5 zika March 2021, uye wathi kumnumzane Mjiyakho akumele.
Cha Nkosi enkantolo ngisasingaxhumani Nkosi enkantolo nganganafoni ukumfonela singaxhumana endawo nje.
No, my lord, as we had no contact, there was no contact between the two of us.
Now, perhaps let's go to the appearance of the 27th of October 2020. You also appeared in court on that day, is that correct?
Asiyeke ngalelalanga uze buvela enkantolo nge-27 zika October 2020. Wawukhona nawe enkantolo?
Yebo Nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I did make an appearance, my lord.
What happened during that appearance regarding Mujiako allegation that he represents you? Did you raise any concern with the court?
Kwenzakeleni ke njengoba Mjiyakho ebekade ethe uyakumela wena uye wakhuluma nawe waphakamisa isandla ukuthi wakhuluma into ethize?
Siqale ngokungena Nkosi enkantolo ecourt phakathi.
We went inside the courtroom,
Sase siphuma saya emaseleni.
then we went back to the cells,
Mayefika masifika emaseleni lesesikhathi esefika kimi.
and when we got to the cells, that's when he came to me.
And what was his conversation? Did you have a conversation with him then? in the cells?
Wakhuluma naye ke emaseleni.
Kwayilanga lokuqala lapho ngikhuluma naye emaseleni eza ke emaseleni khona le ecourt lapho sikhona.
That was now the first time that he came to speak to me at the cells in court.
And what was the nature of the conversation between you and Mr. Mujiako?
Inkulumo yenu yayikade injani?
Nkosi enkantolo mayefika kimi ubaba la Mjiyakho uthi uzokhuluma nami.
My lord, when he came to me, Mr. Mjiyakho said he wanted to speak to me.
Ngithi mina yebo ngakhuluma.
And I said, yes, you may proceed.
Athi kimi uzokhuluma nami ufuna ngazi ukwenza eni uzokhipha idocket yodwa eceleni and ufuna ngenze ideal ngimbuze ukuthi ideal yipi lento okhuluma ideal yani le.
And my lord, he said he wanted to speak to me. I do not know what is it that he was going to do. As he said,
My apologies, my lord. Is the defense going to call Mr. Mujiako?
I think they're going to.
Let's go, please.
If I may confer with my colleagues for 2 seconds. But, my lord, was there an objection, if I may understand from the state?
Yes, Mr. Sibande.
It is an objection, my lord, because I will have to now ask him the contents of the conversation he had with Mr. Mujiako, and then that will amount also to hearsay Because I will be directed now to ask Mr. Mjiyako himself, who is not present before this court at this stage. And furthermore, my lord, I'm not sure whether this information that or the contents of the conversation between Mr. Mjiyako and Mr. Ntanzi, whether it is covered by the legal professional privilege or not, that is being asked now to be divulged before this court.
Yes, Mr. Ramsey, please.
My lord, let me pack it. Before I sit down, I'll also confer with my colleagues on that point. Let's proceed. Let's leave that conversation out. We will revisit before I sit down. Then from there, what transpired, let's leave the aspect where he comes to you in the cells. In court, did you address the presiding officer about your instruction or non-instruction to Mr. Mjiyako?
Uthi ke ummeli siyeke le ankulume waba nayo no mnumzana Mjiyako emaseleni. Uma sisenifika enkantolo, uye wakhuluma nenkantolo nano manje umazisa ngokuthi ummeli uMjiyako kwenzakalani phakathi kwakho naye.
Kusenkantolo ngizamile ukuphakamisa isandla.
My lord, I tried raising my hand
Ngaze ngenza isandla so mina.
and I also swept my hands, and the witness showing with his hands, my lord, he did his hands like this.
Wenqaba magistrate ukuthi ngikhuluma.
And the magistrate refused me an opportunity to speak. Yes.
Like they did in,
Yebo nkosenkantolo ngangifuna
like they
ukubonisa.
do in football.
Njengoba kwenziwa ebholweni.
Yebo nkosenkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
And that was declined by the presiding officer for you to address the court. Is that
Logo
correct?
uMantshi akazange avume ukuthi wena ukhulume naye.
Yebo akazavuma ngoba ngangizama ukukhuluma ngeke ngoba naye kwakunomsindo ngizama ngithi ngiyazama engavumi.
Yes, my lord. The magistrate refused to listen to me as there was also noise, and I kept on trying to speak to the magistrate.
And then let's move on to the appearance of the 5th of March 2021. Do you recall that appearance?
Asiqhubeke ke siye ku la beka kwi 5 zika March 2021 usakhumbula?
Yebo ngisakhumbula nkosenkantolo.
Yes, I do recall that appearance.
What transpired on that date?
Kwenzakeleni ngalelo langa?
Nakhona nkosenkantolo ngisiphakamisile isandla enkantolo.
Even on that same day, my lord, I did raise my hand in court.
What happened when you raised that hand in court?
Kwayenzakalani ke mase sophakamisa isandla?
Wakhuluma ubaba lo wayekhuluma sengisikhohliwe isibongo sakhe lewa esimele ukuthi ngifuna ukucela ukukhuluma.
I just forgot the surname of the gentleman who was representing us, but he did mention that I needed to say something.
It has been placed on record and in testimony that the person that then represented you at the time was Mr. Nkwana.
Umnumzana Nkwane lo kukhulunywe ngaye ukuthi uyena ogcine sekakumele.
Yebo leyo baba wa state.
Yes, my lord.
And after raising the hand and Nkwana speaking, what then transpired?
Ngemva kokuthi umnumzana Nkwana ke sekakhulumile kwenzakeleni?
Wabe esengitshena usisi lawa etoleka ukuthi ngakhuluma.
And the interpreter, being a female, informed me that yes, I do now have an opportunity to address the court.
And were you given the opportunity? What did you say to the court?
Ithe mawunikwa lelo thuba lokuthi ungakhuluma uye wathini kuMantshi?
Ngeke ngasho nkosenkantolo ukuthi iqiniso kube iqiniso akusho ukuthi mina uMjiyako akabhadalanga imali wayebhadele ubani uswela kuqaleni.
My lord, I said let the truth be the truth, and I needed to know who paid Mjiyako.
And what else
Ngathi
did you place
uyazi
on
ukuthi
record?
ubalekeleni la Rustenburg ngimxoshile ngatshena enkantolo ukuthi isiphi izathu ukuthi ngimxoshe.
And I also informed the court that he knows why did he run away. Even in Rustenburg, I had withdrew his instructions and he knew why.
And what was the reason that you terminated his mandate?
Bekuyini into eyenze ukuthi wena uthi angasakumeli?
Ngosenkantolo ufike kimi ungitshela ngedili ngesikhathi semaseleni uthi angenze i-deal namaphoyisa kunemali ebekiwe u-3 million ngambuza ukuthi ukuthatha phi lokho impendulo akaze ngiyithole.
My Lord, he came to me and said, I must make a deal, and there is an amount which has been set aside of 3 million. And
Now-
I told him I do not know anything about that, as he said he had made a deal with the police officers.
Nami ngase ngimendlalela inkosi enkantolo izinto angamtshela ukuthi lokhu ngabosho ngoJune 16 azange ngihambe enkantolo.
And I told him as well that since I was arrested on the 16th of June, I have never appeared before a magistrate.
Okwesibili ngutshela ukuthi tshena enkantolo ukuthi ngishaye ngasanisa amaphepha ngenkani engawazi awuyitshena enkantolo uzongitshela ngedeal.
And secondly, I had told him that I had instructed him to inform the court that I was assaulted, and he never did, but he's now telling me about a deal.
Leso inkosi enkantolo izathu senza ukuthi ngimxoxe oba mina anginayo i-deal nephoyisa.
And that is what made me to terminate his services, because I do not have any dealings with the police officers.
Now, you were appointed the legal aid attorney, Mr. Nkwana, and after that appearance, what transpired?
Wa tata ke ummeli wo legal aid wabameli laba bangakhokhelwa umnumzana uNkwana kwayenzakalani ngemva kwalokho.
Emveni ngalokho inkosi enkantolo ngathi mangiqeda ukukhuluma lokho basebengitshela ukuthi nangu kummeli ozokubona ozokumela lapha phambi kwenkosi enkantolo.
After having said that, my lord, I was then informed that here is an attorney that will be representing you in court.
Who informed you?
Utshelo bani?
Wayekhuluma yena ngitshela intolika le intolika ibuyisa ke ngelokhuza ngesiZulu.
He was speaking and it was interpreted to me in Zulu.
But who is he that was saying that you are now going to be represented by Mr. Nkwana, the one that his words were interpreted by the interpreter? Who was
Ubani
that?
lo muntu lo bekakhuluma ngesingesi ukuthi manje usozomelwa umnumzana uNkwana. Ubani lo muntu lo bekakhuluma lawo mazwi njengoba wayekade etolikelwa kwisizulu.
Okay. Now, at any stage from the 24th of June 2020 until the 5th, let me say until the end of December 2020, did you sign any power of attorney or any letter of instruction with Mr. Mujiako?
Manje wena uye wasayina incwadi ethize ebekade uthi umnumzana uMjiyakho akumele ngayo kusukela ngalesa sikhathi uzebe uboshwa kufikela ngo December 2020.
Inkosi enkantolo ayikho into engayisayinayo mina. Ngangizoyisayine kuphi na ngangambona ngamehlo lawa ngiqala umbona nge-24 ku magistrate azange eze ke muzokhuluma nami.
I did not sign any document, my lord, as I had never seen him. I started seeing him on the 24th when he came in that appearance.
Okay. Now let's go to
Are you leaving that aspect hanging in the air? About Mr. Mkwani, what do you call him?
Nkwana.
Yeah, we are leaving it there. Fine, no problem. I just want to know.
Okay. Yeah, because subsequent to that, sir, did Mr. Nkwana appear for you in any appearance in the Boksburg Magistrates Court?
Manje ke ngemva kwalokho umnumzana uNkwana uye wakumela na laphayana enkantolo yase Boksburg.
Yebo inkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
And did you raise your complaints with Mr. Nkwana so that they can be placed on record regarding your treatment at the hands of the police officers?
Wamtshela ke umnumzana uNkwana ukuthi uneyikhalazo ngalendlela amaphoyisa wayekade ekuphethe ngayo.
Ngamtshela inkosi enkantolo. Kodwa ngithe mangimamela record la yena obese bengathi ngishawa ejele eRustenburg. Ngangikhuluma ngamaphoyisa la ayengibophile ukuthi ngangitshela uMjiyakho ukuthi akatshene enkantolo ukuthi lamaphoyisa angishayela ngisanisa amaphepha engawazi.
Yes, my lord, I did inform him about my complaints that I was being assaulted in the presence of the police, and
Yes.
I listened to the record that it now sounded as if I was saying I was being assaulted in prison in Rustenburg.
Was it now
Whereas-
Mr. Nkwana that we are talking about?
Umnumzana Nkwane lo sikhuluma ngaye.
yebo nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, my lord.
And those complaints were they raised on the 5th of March 2021?
Lezo ikhalazo zakhishwa ke nge-5 zika March ku 2021.
yebo nkosi enkantolo.
That is correct, my lord.
And what was the reaction? Did the court take any action? What happened?
Kuye kwayenzakalani inkantolo mhlawumbe umantshi uye wathatha inyathelo ezithize noma kwenzakeleni?
ayikho into eyenze ngangigcine khona utoleka sitshene kuthiwa kuzothunyelwa abantu kithi ayikho into azange kufike umuntu.
Nothing happened,
Namhlanje.
my lord, as the interpreter just told us that there would be people that would be sent to us, but to date, no one came to us.
And then subsequent to the appearance on the 5th of March 2021 in Boksburg Court, was there another appearance that occurred in Boksburg Magistrates Court?
Manje ke ngemva kokuthi senivele kumantshi nge-5 zika March eBoksburg. Kukhona mhlawumbe elinye ilanga futhi niye navela ngalo khona laphayana eBoksburg.
angisakhumbula nkosi enkantolo ngathi asivela ngathi saya kuphi kwenye court.
I do not remember, my lord, but
Angisakhumbule kahle.
I don't think we did appear in Boksburg. I think we might have appeared in another court.
And after you, the statement from the magistrate was allegedly taken from you, were there any assaults that were perpetrated upon you?
Ngemva kokuthi kuye kwaba nalesi statement bosikade usitshele umantshi.
yebo
Kuye baye baqhubeka na ukukushaya amaphoyisa.
cha qhube kwangenkosi enkantolo kwangabe kuphelile khona lapho
No, there were no further assaults after that statement, my lord,
ngoba ngase ngiyenzile lento babeyifuna.
because I had already done what they wanted me to do.
And were you at some stage then transferred to a prison? I'm not talking about a police station now.
Manje uye wathathwa wayisiwa ejele na, hayi ipolice station. Wathathwa wayisiwa ejele.
ngihlalile e-police station ejele ngiye nge-1 zika March mangaphosisa Rustenburg ngiqala ungena ejele phakathi.
I remained at the police station, apologies, until the 1st of March when I went into prison.
And which prison is that in Rustenburg?
Eliphi lelo jele lase Rustenburg?
Prison Ramshana.
Ramushana prison.
Is there the questions that I'm looking at? If I may check, your, my lord, if I may be given a few seconds to. Oh, sorry, I want to touch on this aspect. Now, evidence has been led in this court through OB entries from all police stations that you were held at, from Pretoria North, Moot, Valeria, and Primrose. And according to the entries, whenever you were booked in and out, the last notation on the entry will be no visible injuries observed. Have you heard that evidence?
Bufakazi buzile la enkantolo la ukuthi kuthiwe wonke ama police station la wena ufakwe khona eMoot, ePrimrose, eValeria, wena labe okade uyisiwa khona bekade kubhalwa kuma OB incwadi lezi zamaphoyisa kubhalwe ukuthi akukho zimpawu ezibonakalayo zokuthi ubekade elimele. Uzwile lobo bufakazi?
ngibuzile nkosi enkantolo.
Yes, I had such evidence, my lord.
Now, whenever you were booked, did the person booking you, be it Mabena Mokhani, were they accompanied by a police officer in uniform, say for example at Pretoria North, who will make the notation on the book in your presence that you never had any visible injuries?
Manje ngalesikhathi ubukade ulethwa esiphoyiseni epolice station, mhlawumbe ulethwa uMokhani noma uMabena noma ubani, bebakade behamba na nelinye iphoyisa ebalithola lapho kuleyo police station ukuthi kuzobhalwa likhona lelo phoyisa ukuthi wena azikho impawu zokulimala?
cha nkosi enkantolo.
No, my lord.
And let's move. At a time, let's take the 18th of June, the 19th of June, the 24th of June. Did you have injuries on yourself when you were booked at all the respective police stations that I've mentioned?
Manje ke asithi sithathe i-18 zika June, i-19 zika June, ne-21 zika June. Ngalesikhathi ufakwa kulama police station lawo. Wawukade ulimele.
ePitora ngangilimele
In Pretoria I was injured.
kube le yase le ayideqede kuyibiza ngikhohle igama la Primrose
Is it Primrose? Yes.
In Primrose.
yeah bese khona enye engikhohlwa igama la into engahlala futhi kuyiPretoria mangihlala ama police station ayi4 mina ngijikajikisiwa nje kuwo la
And there is another police station which I had forgotten the name, as I had spent time in 4 police stations being taken from one police station to another, my lord.
Let me remind you of the police station, and by OB entries, evidence has been led in court here. It was Pretoria North, Moot, Villeria, and Primrose.
Ama police station, Pretoria North, Moat, Villeria, ne Primrose.
yebo nkosi enkantolo
Yes, my lord.
Okay. Now, there's also evidence that was led through OB entries that cell visits were conducted on a regular basis, according to the gentleman that testified here the last time. I forgot his name, from Swanepoel from Silverton, that according to the instructions, hourly cell visits are conducted to inspect prisoners and cells and cell conditions. Do you recall any of such cell visits being done on the cell that you were held in at Pretoria North?
Likhona ke iphoyisa elifike la bekade ku Swanepoel. Yena uthe bebalibele beza behamba amaseli wonke ihora nehora ukuyohlola ukuthi amaseli anjani nabantu ababoshiwe banjani. Wena usakhumbula kuke kuvakashelwa iseli lakho?
nkosi enkantolo azange ngavakashela leyo kubuza ukuthi unesikhalo ngiqala ukuyibona ejele Rustenburg mina
My lord, there was no cell visit.
njengoba nalapha
The only time where I was questioned if I had a complaint, I started seeing that in Rustenburg.
njengalapha ehosi mapula ngoba bayenza bekubuza ukuthi unesikhalo mhlawumbe uyagula nonani ngiqala lapha emajele police station akaze ngidibane nalento
Even at Khosimampur, my lord, they do such. They come and ask if you have any complaint or you are sick. I've never seen such a treatment at the police stations.
Now, the 4 police stations that you were held at, Pretoria North, Moot, Villeria, Primrose, how many people were held in a cell with you?
Manje kulama police station labo kade uvalelwe khona. Villeria, Primrose, Pretoria North, Moat, wawukade uvalelwe nabantu abangakhi eselini.
angihlala nge1 nkosi enkantolo
I was in a single cell.
Before I sit down, I'm at the end of my evidence in chief. Besides what I've covered with you throughout this process, is there anything that perhaps may have escaped my mind that is not repetitive that you want to tell the Honorable Court?
Ngaphandle kwazo zonke lezinto umnumzana uRamsipili sekakukhulume ngazo, sekakubuze ngazo. Ikhona mhlawumbe enye into ukuthi mhlawumbe akakubuzanga ngayo ongathanda ukuthi uyitshele inkantolo ubone ukuthi mhlawumbe umnumzana Ramsipili uyikhohliwe noma idlulile enqondweni kuye.
ayikho nkosi enkantolo
Nothing further, my lord.
As the court pleases, my lord, that is my questions for the witness.
Mr. Sabanda, what's your time?
14:31, my lord.
14:31. You want us to start now or just cross-examination?
Not at this stage, my lord. I just
By
wanted
number-
to bring it under the
number
attention of my
3.
colleague. Yes,
4 and 5. Or should we postpone?
they can start, but I wanted something that Mr. Ramosipile packed regarding the issue of Mr. Mjiako before he can finalize his testimony. Because he said he's going to pack it and he wants to consult with his colleagues.
Oh, I see. So you say he wants to say something about Mr. Mjiako.
Yes, he said he wanted to make a decision regarding that part of the
Oh, okay, I see.
Yes, good, please.
I see the gentlemen are conferring. Let's postpone. Even this witness must be tired. Because you only have 1 hour
Yeah, that's correct. my
to
lord.
go.
Yes.
And that which you want to pack, which you packed with Mr. Mjak, you can unpack it on Monday.
As the court pleases, I'm in that manner.
Okay. All right, let's adjourn. To be
Inkantolo
fair to the
ithi-
witness, he's had a grueling day.
Yes.
iyabona ukuthi abameli bebasakhuluma kunodaba mhlawumbe olude ebabakade besalukhuluma futhi inkantolo ithi iyacabangela nawo ukuthi ube nelisuku elide ulibele umela ufakaza manje icala lihlethiselwa ngomsombuluko.
Okay, Monday, 10 o'clock.
Rice iphi babathi rice
Is to stay.
All right. Can you please tell the court the way, when you were arrested, what happened?
Uma uboshwa kwenzekani?
kwafika amaphoyisa ayehamba ngekhumbi okwakuyibhendulo afika ngikhomba ngebhamu
Police officers arrived. They were traveling in a taxi that is known as Impendulo, and they pointed me with firearms, or they pointed their firearms at me.
Yes.
athi angilale phansi ngalala phansi aseyangifasa ngeensimbi
They ordered me to lie down, which I did. Umawuthi ngeensimbi, usho ozankosi.
ama-handcuff
They then tied me, then put handcuffs on me.
What happened thereafter?
Kwase kwenzekani ke emuva kwalokho?
ase engiphakamisa ngeensimbi angiphushela kuyimpendulo phakathi
Then they picked me up using the handcuffs and pushed me inside the taxi.
Thereafter?
Emuva kwalokho,
mabeqeda ukungifaka emotweni base bengena emotweni ba-drive imoto bangisa eTonetcop bangisa eTonetcop kwenye indawo yama-office awamaphoyisa angazi amaphoyisa anjani lapha ethembisa ama-office akhona Tonetcop
Is it not Chlorcop?
Is it chloroquine?
Chlorcop.
into efana naleyo.
Okay. They then put me inside that vehicle. They drove the vehicles, and then I was taken to Chlorcop in Tembisa. It's some police place, but I don't know which kind of police those are.
Then proceed.
Mabefika lapha bafike bathi angehle ngehla bangifaka kwelinye i-office lapha
Upon arrival there, I was ordered to get out or to alight, which I did, and I was put into some office there.
Then proceed.
mabe ngifaka kuleli office leli base beqala ukungibuza ngokuthi ngazini ngokufa kukaSenzo
When they put me in that office, I was then questioned as to what it is that I know or that I knew about Senzo's death.
Yes.
ngabatshena ukuthi angazilutho ngokufa kukaSenzo
I informed them that I know nothing about Senzo's death.
Yes.
base bethi ukhona umuntu obatshenile ukuthi nginolwazi lokufa kukaSenzo ngathi mina angazilutho
They then informed me that someone informed them that I know about Senzo's death. I then said that I know nothing.
What happened thereafter?
Kwase kwenzekani?
kosekatolo la baqala khona ukuthi bengishubhe futhi nakhona lapha bangishaya
That's where they started, my lord, to choke me and assaulted me.
Okay. When they were chopping you, how were they chopping you?
Uma bekushupa bakwenza kanjani lokho?
babe ngifase ngemuva
My hands were tied at the back,
bathi angihlale phansi
ordered me to sit down.
base bengifaka iplastiki
They then placed a plastic.
Where?
Kuphi nendawo?
Where did they place the plastic?
iplastiki lakhona babe cela ukubonakalisa
I'd
shuthi
like to
iplastiki lakhona hayi
demonstrate.
ukuthi balifaka so
They-
iplastiki lasona
Okay,
balithayisa so
ngacha. Awuphinde leyo qala uthi hayi ukuthi balifaka?
iplastiki hayi ukuthi balifaka
It's not
so
ibambe lapho.
ekhanda hayi ukuthi balifaka so
Sibambe kanjalo. They were not putting the plastic like this as the witness is demonstrating from top down, but kodwa balifaka kanjani?
but bamba so plastic belt tight is so.
But they held it as the witnesses were pointing my lord in front of the face. In other words, covering the face in its entirety.
When you say they were assaulting you, what do you mean by that?
Uma uthi babekushaya usho ukuthini ngaloko?
Babe abanye mabengifaka iplastic abanye babengikhahlele.
When the others were placing or putting the plastic over me, the others were kicking me.
Okay. So how long did it take that assault, or for how long? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, how long?
Ukushaywa lokho kwathatha isikhathi esingakanani? Sithetha ngemizuzu emihlanu, imizuzu eyishumi, isikhathi esingakanani?
Noma ngasasikhumbula isikhathi sesingana kodwa kwangeke kuze kube imizuzu emihlanu kwaba ngaphezulu kakhulu.
Although-
Mhlawumbe ma hour 30 minutes mhlawumbe noma 30 minutes kuphela.
Although I'm unable to remember the time, but it was not 5 minutes, it was more than that, an hour, 30 minutes, or only just 30 minutes.
Were there any visible injuries that
Ingaba
you
ke
sustained?
nanjengoba wawushayiweke khona ke okwakubonakala ukulimala, kubonakala ukuthi la ulimeleke ngenxa yokushaywa lokho.
Kwa ezandleni ngangilimele kakhulu nasemzimbeni kwakunokuvuvukala.
My hands were badly injured, as well as my body was swollen.
Then what happened after the assault?
Musuqediweke ukushaywa kwasekwenzekani?
Mabengishaya bathi basazobiza umuntu obatshenela olulwazi lokuthi mina ngabulala uSenzo.
As they were assaulting me, they informed me that they were still going to call the person who had this information that I killed Senzo.
Okay. Was that person called?
Wabizwa yini loyo muntu loyo?
Bambiza.
Yes, they called the person.
Did you see that person?
Wambona?
Yebo ngambona.
Yes, I did.
All right, what happened thereafter?
Kwasekwenzekani ke emuva
When they
kwalokho?
called, immediately after they called that person?
Emuva kokuthi umuntu sebembizileke kwasekwenzekani?
Kwa bangisusa la ebebengishaya khona bangisa kwelinye office la engifice khona kukhona abanye abantu babehleli.
They then
Lo abathi uye othe mina ngabulala uSenzo.
they removed me from where they were assaulting me and took me to another office where I found other people seated, as well as the person that they alleged gave them the information that I had killed Senzo.
How many people were there in that office?
Kwakuwabantu abangaki ababelapho kulelo office lelo?
Noma ngasakhumbula isibalo sabo kodwa amagama abo abanye ngabakhumbula amagama abo.
Although I'm unable to remember the number, but some of them's names I can remember.
Can you please place those names? on the
Awasho ke
record?
lawo magama lawo.
Kwaku uZungu,
Zungu,
Zongo, was he a police officer?
ayiphoyisa.
yebo bathi uyiphoyisa.
Yes, they alleged that he's a police officer.
The other one?
Omunye,
Bathi uSibiya.
they call him Sibiya.
Yes.
Yebo.
Others, if there are any?
Abanye, uma ngabe
Bathi
bekhona.
uLishabanga.
Lishabane.
Is there anyone else?
Khona omunye?
uMakhubu.
Makhubo. Awukho sure?
Sorry?
Okay. No, it says Makhubo here.
Makhubo. All right. So, when you entered that office and found those people,
It seems
what
to want
happened?
to see.
Kube uBaloyi
And then Baloyi
noMdawu.
and Mudau.
Oh, sorry for it. Is that all?
Na amanye yiwe engasawakhumbuli because nalaba ngabathola emva kwesikhathi ukuthi obani amagama abo.
The others are the ones that I cannot remember or recall, because even these ones I only managed to get their names afterwards.
Okay. Tell us what happened in that office.
Kuleli ke manje ihhovisi leli nalabantu oqeda ubasho manje kwasekwenzekani kulona?
Baphinde nakhona bangibuza imibuzo ukuthi ngazi ngokufa kukaSenzo sebehlele ematafuleni.
Again, I was asked as to what it is that I knew about Senzo's death, and now at that stage they were now seated on tables.
Yes.
ngabatshena ukuthi angazi lutho.
I informed them that I knew nothing.
Then what happened thereafter?
Kwasekwenzekani emuva kwalokho?
Ngicabanga ukuthi mangikhuluma nabo bagcina bekukholwa engushoyo ukuthi angazi lutho ngokufa kukaSenzo.
I think that they ended up believing what I said, that I knew nothing about Senzo's death.
Okay. What makes you to believe that they believe what you told them about the death of Senzo?
Yini ekwenza ukuthi ke ukholweke nokuthi ke base bekukholwa ke ukuthi lokhu okushoyo noma impendulo abanikeza yona iyiqiniso? Yini ekwenza ukuthi ucabange kanjalo?
Omunye washo wathi hayi lo muntu lo akazi lutho umteteleni ahamba.
One of them said that this person knows nothing. Let this person go.
Who was that person? Do you remember?
Kwakubani loyo?
Umakhulu.
Makubo.
Makubo, is he a police officer?
Uyiphoyisa uMakubo.
Washo kanjalo.
That's how he said. Just listen. Makubo. Yeah, that's how he said.
With the leave of the court, my lord, may I request this evidence to be provisionally admitted, subject to securing the evidence of Mr. Makubo? Because he's the one who said he must be released.
Why do you want it to be provisionally?
Because he must be released.
Why do you want it to be provisionally
Because it amounts to
admitted?
it amounts to hearsay if it is said by this witness or accused number 1.
So are you going to call Makubu?
I think I have to converse with the state if Mr. Makubo is the state witness, or I'm not sure on the list of
The
witnesses.
state is no longer involved in the trial within the trial.
Yes.
They've left their evidence, they've closed their case. The law says it is now your turn either to countervail that evidence, rebut that evidence, close your case, call witnesses if you want to, as you have called this gentleman.
Thank you, my lord. My lord, I will secure the appearance of Mr. Makubo too.
Yeah, but this evidence is not provisionally admitted, okay?
Court pleases, my lord.
We have heard of section 3
Yes, my lord.
of the
Law of Evidence.
Evidence Act 45 of 1988.
Yes,
Right.
court
So
pleases.
it's because of that act that it is not admitted.
Court pleases.
Okay.
Immediately after Mr. Makubo said you can be released, what happened there?
Eseshilo ke uMakhubo ukuthi abadedele kwasekwenzekani?
So uMakhulu uye wahamba waphuma laba mabekufanele behambe bengisendlini abangisanga endlini bangithatha bangise police station.
At some point, Makubo left. He went out of the office. Now the others, as they were now supposed to take me home, they didn't, but they took me to the police station.
Which police station was that?
Yiphi police station?
Tembisa police station.
Tembisa police station.
The reason for taking you to police station, what was it?
Isizathu sokuthi ke bakuse police station kwakuyini?
Angibazi ukuthi isizathu sabo kwakuyini.
I don't know.
Bafike bayenza bafike bathi bayangicharge lapha.
I don't know as to what their reason was, but what they did upon arrival there was to charge me.
They charge you with what, sir?
Ngani becharge ngani?
Bathi bangicharge ngama drugs.
For drugs.
Okay. So, what day of the week was that? Was it on Saturday, Friday, Sunday?
Sikhuluma ngaliphi ilanga lana kwakumgqibelo kwakuLesihlanu kwakuyisonto? Sikhuluma ngaliphi usuku?
Angisakhumbula usuku noma kwakulesine noma kwakunini mara kwakuzi 19.
I can't remember the day as to whether it was a Thursday or when, but it was on the 19th. 19th March.
Okay. Were you taken to court?
Ingabe wahanjiswa yini ukusiwa enkantolo?
Angiswanga enkantolo.
I wasn't taken to court.
But after you were charged with the allegations of being in possession of drugs, were you ultimately taken to court?
Emuva kokuthi sebekuchargileke manje bekuchargela wona ke ama drugs nanje ngokushilo ingabe ke emuva kwalokho sebekuchargile waya yini wayobingelela imanje enkantolo?
Angazange ibingelela imanje.
No, I never attended court.
Was the matter not placed on the roll?
Ingabe icala leli alizange yini lifakwe kuhla kwamacala ukuthi ke avele phambi kwenkantolo?
Lapha akaze ngisithole isizathu kwavele nje kwathiwa angiphume ngihambe ngekhaya.
I was never furnished with a reason. I was only informed that I can go home.
Okay. Now, from then until the 30th of May, that's the second time you were arrested on the allegations of on the strength of the J50. That was the second time. And that was the second time when they alleged that you made a confession or an admission to the knowledge about the death of Senzo Meyiwa.
Ukusuka manje ngaleso sikhathi ke kwaze kwayoshaya ke manje i30 zika May kunyaka olandelayo ngazo ngokunyaka ka2020 kwakuseke manje sekuwesibili ke manje sebephinda bebophela zona lecala noma ngayo iJ50 lena bekubophela futhi ke insolo lezi zokubulawa kwakho Senzo bethi futhi ke ila owavuma khona wena.
Yeah, babe ngibophe wesibili kusekatona.
Yes, my lord, they were arresting me for the second time.
Okay. Can you please tell the court about the way you were arrested on the 30th of May by who?
Awutshelele nkantolo ke indlela owaboshwa ngayo ngalelo langa lelo lange-30 zika May 2020 futhi uboshwa ubani?
Nge-30 kaMeyi kwakusemini sihlalele nje kwelinye ijalidi namanye amajidi.
On the 30th of May, it was during the course of the day. We were just sitting there with other gentlemen in a certain house or certain premises.
Yes.
Simile emdongweni wejalidi ngaphakathi.
We were standing inside the premises against the wall.
Yes.
Kwavela amaphoyisa amaningi ayephethe ibhame enkulu asikhomba ngazo.
A lot of police officers appeared. They were carrying rifles that they pointed us with.
Yes. Masikhomba ngebhame enkulu ezakithi bangumsindo ethi lala phansi fise kulala phansi.
As they were pointing us with these firearms, approaching us, they were then dishing out instructions or orders, lie down, lie down. The witness even used the word, "Futsek, lie down, lie down."
Yes.
Ngokwethuka nalisethuka kakhulu salala phansi.
As a result of a shock, because we were shocked, we lay down.
Then?
Sathi salele phansi kanjalo kwafika elinye lasibuza amagama one by one.
As we were now laying down, one of the police officers came to us and asked each one of us individually who our names were.
Before you proceed, how many were you?
Nani bangaki wena nalamajita la utho nanihlezi nawo?
Sasibathathu.
3 of us.
Proceed then.
Ngaqhubeka.
Masilele phansi basibuza amagama babuza nami ukuthi ubani igama lami ngabatshela mina igama lami ukuthi ubani.
As they were asking us, or as he was asking us individually, also asked me, and I told him who my name was.
Yes.
Bangibuza ukuthi ngiphuma kuphi emakhaya.
They asked me where I originate from.
Yes.
Ngabatshela ukuthi ngisuka emahlabathini.
I informed them that I'm originally from Emahlabathini.
Proceed.
Anyone laselingidonsa izandla libuyisa ngemuva laselingifaka ama-handcuff.
One of them then pulled my hands and take them to the back and then placed handcuffs on me.
Yes.
La selingibamba ngawo ama handcuff izandla ziphakathi kwama handcuffs labamba ama handcuff la ngiphakamisa ngawo.
Then held me, that is now held, as my hands were tied together using the handcuffs, held the handcuffs and picked me up.
Yes.
Mangiqeda ukusukuma base beyangisesha bathatha amafoni ami ayi2 eSamsung nenye encane iBobo.
And as I stood up, I was then searched, and then 2 of my cell phones were taken, a Samsung as well as a smaller phone.
Yes.
Baphinde bathi ngilale phansi.
I was again ordered to lie down.
Proceed.
Base betha kusukume la amajita ayi2 engakinawo.
Then the 2 gentlemen, the 2 gentlemen in whose company I was were ordered to get up.
Proceed.
Mayisukuma la majita angazi ke wona ukuthi bawenze njani bawasesha noma cha angazi.
When they got up, that is now the 2 guys, I don't know what happened to them, whether they were searched or not.
Before you proceed, these police officers, when you saw them, were they traveling with motor vehicles? Were they walking towards you?
Nkathi ke lamaphoyisa lana niwabona ezakini, niwabona ehamba ngeimoto, noma niwabona ehamba ngeinyawo ezakini?
Ayihamba ngenyawo.
They were walking.
There were no vehicles that were in the vicinity.
Zazingekho imoto ezazikhona lapho.
Shuthi ngoba sasimile lapha ya ikhona iGolf 7 eyafike yama opposite negate mali ngale kwestrad.
As we were standing there, there is a Golf 7 that came there and parked opposite the gate, but on the other side of the street.
Okay. Then what? Who were the passengers in that Golf 7? Do you know?
Kwakuwobani ababegibele lapho kuleyo Golf 7, ingabe uyazi yini?
Lesikhathi ngiqala ukubabona ngangingazi ngigcine sengazi ukuthi uthobani.
At first, I didn't know who they were, but eventually I ended up knowing.
Can you tell the court who they are?
Ungayitshela inkantolo ukuthi bawobani?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please proceed.
Kwaku umhola,
Mkhola,
kumabhena,
Mabena,
kungcamane,
Ngamane.
ngamane.
All right. Just a second. At what stage did you know their names?
Amagama azo aboke uwazi nini noma ngasiphi isikhathi?
Ngiwaze lokhu makulokhu kuqhubeka isikhathi sebenesikhathi bengibophile.
As time went on, after some time having arrested me.
All right. Now, remember you were testifying when you say you last said the 2 gentlemen that were ordered to lie down were ordered to stand, and you don't know whether they were searched or not. What happened thereafter?
Ushiloke ukuthi ne kunalenkathi lapho nake bese bethe kuwena ke lala phansi okwesibili futhi kwase kuthiwa kulabo ababili ke babe onabo abasukume nabo. Washo ukuthi awazi ukuthi baseshwa noma baseshwanga yini. Emuva kwalokho kwase kwenzekani?
Liye laphinde iphoyisa laphinde langibamba ngazo futhi ama handcuff langiphakamisa futhi isibili.
The police officer then for the second time held me by the handcuffs and picked me up.
Do you know who was that police officer?
Uyazi ukuthi kwakubani lelo phoyisa lelo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Who was it?
Kwakubani?
Munareng.
Munareng.
So after then Munareng lifted you up, what happened after?
Emuva kokuthi ke esephakathi kwesibili kwase kwenzekani?
Ngoba nakhona mayizongiphakamisa ngangakamazi ukuthi umnareng lo.
At the time when he was when he picked me up, I didn't know that he was Munareng or it was Munareng.
Ngimaze emva kwesikhathi ukuthi umnareng lo.
I got to know after some time that it was Munareng.
mayeqeda ukungiphakamisa umnareng uye kwavela omunye umlungu ibhuna angikwazi umhlukanisa ukuthi uyini.
After some time, Nareng had picked me up. Then a certain white person, I cannot say whether it is an Englishman or an African-speaking man, but it was a white person that appeared.
Yes.
Wangishuta ithombe nge-cellphone.
And then took pictures of me using a cell phone.
Yes.
So emva kwalapho mayeqeda ukungishuta base bengibamba ngawo ama-handcuff bangisa kule golf 7 ebomvu.
After that, my lord, after having taken pictures of me, I was then taken to that red Golf 7.
Before we get into the Gold 7, the red Gold 7, second time you are picked up or lifted up by Mr. Nareng, were there any rights that were explained to you or the reasons why you were under arrest?
Ngaphambilini kokuthi ke manje bakuthatheke uye kule Golf 7 ebomvu, manje usuphakanyiswa ke manje okwesibili uyena uNareng. Ngaleso sikhathi leso akhona yini amalungelo owawatshela noma imbangela noma izathu sokuboshwa kwakho?
Cha akaze bengitshele Nkosikatona.
No, I was not informed, my lord.
All right, now let's get into the red Golf. What happened?
Bakuthathileke bakusakuyona ke iGolf 7 ebomvu kwase kwenzekani?
Masifika kule golf 7 ebomvu kulaba ngibuza khona ukuthi ngihlala kuphi la eThembisa ngihlala nobani.
When we got to the Golf 7, my lord, that's when I was then asked where exactly I was staying in Tembisa and with whom was I staying.
What was your response?
Wathini uma uphendula?
Ngabatshela ukuthi ngihlala la eduzane ngihlala nomalume.
I told them that I was staying nearby and I was staying with my uncle.
Then
Yeah,
proceed.
Bangibuza ukuthi ngingayobakhombisa la ngihlala khona nomalume.
They then wanted to know whether I could show them where I was staying with my uncle.
Proceed.
Ungaqhubeka?
Ngabatshela ukuthi ngingababonisa.
I told them that
Ohlala komunye uqasheje komunye umuzi la eduzane.
I told them that yes, I would be able to go and show them where my uncle was staying because he was just renting nearby.
Were you staying with your uncle in one shack or in different shacks?
Ingabe nomalume nanihlala emkhukhwini owodwa noma ke emkhukhwini yahlukile?
Sahlala emkhukhwini owodwa.
In one shack.
Then from there where you were asked, so you eventually proceeded to the place where you said you were staying at.
Nase ukusuka lapho ke niyahamba ke manje niya la owabatshela ukuthi uhlala khona.
Yebo ngaba sahamba sala engangihlala khona.
Yes, we then went to where I was staying.
How did you go there? Using a vehicle or you were walking?
Nanihamba ngenyawo noma naya ngemoto.
Kwasetshenziswa imoto lesikhathi iGolf 7 imile lapha ya ezinye imoto bengibuza imibuza abanye bahamba bathatha imoto bazazi ngeke kudeni imoto zabo bathatha imoto basondela nazo masingene emotweni leGolf 7 ngiyobabonisa la ebehlala khona nomalume imoto zonke zalandela.
Whilst we were standing there at the Golf 7, the others then went to their vehicles because the vehicles were not parked far and then drove closer. So we all got into the vehicles and then we drove.
All right, let's come out of that court case. Of course, accused number 1, Muzi Sibiya, currently on the stand there at the
18 base bengibuza ukuthi ngihlala kuphi ke mina la kule mkhukho ba imngaka nje ngabalayela ukuthi ngihlala kulo mkhukho nesivalo esihlaza.
Upon arrival there, the cars then parked. They then wanted to know as to where exactly I was staying there because there were so many shacks. I then told them that I'm staying there in that shack with the green, blue. With that particular, it's the green door.
What is the address of the place where you were renting? Do you still remember?
Uyakhumbula yini ikheli la owawuqashe khona?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please tell the court.
Ungalisho.
Vusumuzi section 1818.
It's Vusumuzi section 1818.
Okay. So what happened when you arrived at number 1818 Vusumuzi?
Fikeleke lapho e-1818 eVuthumuzi section kwasekwenzekani.
amanye amaphoyisa aye ehla aya kuwo lo mkhukhulo ebengibalayela wona so mabe fika kuwo babuya bathi abafica ngamuntu.
Some police officers then alighted and went to the shack that I had told them about, and when they came back they said that they didn't find anyone.
What happened then?
Wasekuthini?
Ngoba manje vele ngangivele ngisele nawe emotweni abuya lana ebehambile athi akukho umuntu lapha asengene emotweni bathi asambeni.
Because there were some police officers that I had stayed with in the vehicle. Those that were gone to the shack came back and said there was no one. They got into the vehicles and said, let's go, let's leave.
Where did you go?
Nase niya kuphi?
Bangene emotweni kwahanjwa mangibona ngabona sebengena kwenye indawo kamasipala lapha eThembisa kuthiwa kuseLithabong.
Lithabong. They got into the vehicles. We then traveled, and then I saw them as we were driving. Now driving into this place, a municipal area called Lithabong.
Yes.
Mabefika eLithabong mazima imoto zingene phakathi base bethangehla.
When we drove into that place, the vehicle stopped. I was then instructed to get out.
Yes.
Imoto zingene phakathi base bethangehla.
When we drove into that place, the vehicle stopped. I was then instructed to get out.
Yes.
Mangehla mangiqeda ukubangiceda bangifaka kwenye indawo ngathi office nyana noma ngaba indawo ngathi ukushita noma yini le ndawo angi-understandanga namuthi.
After I alighted, I was then taken into this place that looked like an office. I don't know exactly what kind of a place it was, whether it was a place to change or to do what exactly.
What happened there?
Kwasekwenzekani khona lapho?
Mangifika khona bathi angihlala esitulweni somoya.
Oh, okay. I was then instructed, my lord, to sort of sit on my heels.
Okay, proceed.
Base bethi
Did you
bazo
sit on your heels?
Wakwenza-ke wena lokho?
yebo ngakwenza.
Yes, I did.
All right, proceed.
Base bethi bazongibuza imibuzo bafuna ngiphendule ngeqiniso lela abalifunayo ngathi mina okay akunankinga.
I was then told that I was going to be asked some questions and that they wanted me to answer honestly. I then said, okay, no problem.
Yes. Who was asking those questions?
Kwakubani owayebuza leyo mibuzo leyo?
Kwakuwumhola.
It was Mukhola.
Yes. You said yes, it's okay. You don't have a problem. What happened thereafter?
Kwasekwenzekani emuva kwalokho?
Wasembuza uthi ngazini ngokufaka Senzo Meyiwa.
Then asked me, what do I know about Senzo's death?
What was your response?
Waphendula wathini wena?
Ngabatshela ukuthi angazi lutho ngokufaka Senzo Meyiwa.
I told them that I knew nothing about Senzo Meyiwa's death.
Proceed. What happened thereafter?
Kwasekuthini-ke, qhubeka?
Kwase kuvela elinye lathi lona linolwazi lonke ukuthi mina iliphi iqhaza engalibambayo ekubulaweni kaSenzo nginabanye abafana bakwaButhelezi.
Then another police officer appeared and said that, that police officer said that he or she knew exactly as to which role or what role I played in the killing of Senzo Meyiwa together with some other guys from the Buthelezi clan.
What was your response?
Waphendula wathini wena kulokho?
Ngabatshela ukuthi angazi lutho ngokufaka Senzo.
I told them that I knew nothing about Senzo's death.
Then what happened thereafter?
Kwasekwenzekani?
Laphinde lathi ngingazobenza isilima ngoba bona banolwazi olupheleleyo.
He then responded and said that I should not take them for fools because they had full knowledge.
Yes.
Yebo.
Mangitshena futhi ukuthi mangibatshena futhi angazi lutho kula elingikrepa khona ngonyawo la enyaweni lingishaya ngonyawo. Since ngihlele esitulweni somoya kanje manje ngishaya ngonyawo ngiye ngalahleka phansi.
That's where then, as I said that I knew nothing about Senzo's death, and then I sort of tricked me, as I said that I was sitting on my heels, and he sort of got his foot underneath my feet, and then I fell.
Okay, what happened?
Lesikhathi mangihlala phansi laba ngikhahlela khona abanye omunye base ethatha iplastic futhi waphinde wangithayita ngalo la ebusweni.
That as I was now on the ground, others kicked me, and the other one took a plastic and tightened it on my face.
Yes.
Belokhu beqhubeka bengibuza ukuthi ngazini ngokufaka Senzo.
They kept on asking me as to what is it that I knew about Senzo's death.
What was your response then?
Waphendula wathini wena?
Ngabatshela ukuthi angazi lutho ngokufaka Senzo.
I told them that I knew nothing about Senzo's death.
Okay. Proceed.
Mabeqhubeka lokhu benza lotho le ukungifaka iplastic kula ngicine khona sengize ngichamela khona ke.
As they continued doing that, and then also putting the plastic around my face, that's where I ended up urinating on myself.
Okay. Proceed.
Qhubeka.
Baqhubeka belokhu bengishuphile emva kwesikhathi baze bangiyela.
They carried on tubing me, and after some while they stopped.
Were you assaulted?
Bakshaya.
Babe ngikhahlele.
Yes, they were kicking me.
Okay. What sort of a trouser were you wearing
Wawugqoke ibhulukwe elinjani
at that time?
ngaleso sikhathi leso?
Ngigqoke ubrandwood sky blue.
Sky blue Brentwood.
Yeah. Then what happened after?
Kwase kwenzekani emuva kwalokho?
Emva kwesikhathi mase bengiyekile baphumela phandle abanye base bebuya bethi asambeni.
After a while, after having stopped, others went out. They then came back and said, let's leave.
Yes, where? To where?
Niye kuphi?
Akaze beze besho. Omunye wangiphakamisa ngazo insimbi vele ngoba ngilokhu ngilele phansi. Wangiphakamisa ngazo insimbi, wangibamba ngiphakamisa ngazo insimbi.
They never said as to where we should go. One of them used the very same handcuffs, because I was lying on the floor, used the handcuffs to pick me up.
Did you sustain any injuries on your wrists?
Lana ke ezandleni kukhona walimala yini noma khona ukulimala wakuthola la ezandleni?
Yebo lezandleni namanje mawusengabuka ngisenomzikiziki yakhona la ngalesikhathi engangishawa ngaso. Namanje nansi yebo.
Yes, I did sustain some injuries. The witness is also pointing on his wrist and says that it's still visible even now.
So after you said, after a while they came back and they said you must leave. Where did you go?
Ushilo ke ukuthi base bebuya ke la babephuma ngaphandle bathi asambeni ngabe nahamba naya kuphi?
La ngabona sesibuyela la ebehlala khona nomalume futhi kulela jalidi.
I saw us going back to where I was staying with my uncle, to the same premises.
Yes, what happened there?
Yebo base kwenzekani khona lapho?
Masifika khona baye bakhahlela umnyango lamaphoyisa, umnyango wavuleka bangena ngaphakathi.
Upon arrival there, the police officers kicked the door opened and they went inside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basesha ke lapha endlini.
They searched inside the house.
When they kicked the door, where were you? Were you in the vehicle of the police officers, or you were also in the yard?
Ngathi ke bekhahlela isitapha leso wawukuphi wona ke wasemotweni yamaphoyisa noma wawunabo kuleyo ndawo leyo babekuyona bekhahlela isitapha?
Babengene nami babefike bekhahlela isitapha.
They went in with me when they kicked the door open.
Okay. They proceeded to search. Who was searching your shack?
Uthi ke basesha ke kwakuwubani noma kwakuwubani ababesesha?
Excuse.
Kwakubuthelezi, omnareki, omaphumulo,
Buthelezi, Mnareki, Maphumulo, Jonathan.
babe baningi.
There were many of them.
Okay. Was immediately after they kicked in the door of the shack, they entered the shack, they started to search. Where were you?
Ngathi ke bekhahlela isitapha usitapha sivuleka ke base beyasesha ke wawukuphi wena?
Ngoba mabekhahlela isicapha ngangimnami eminyango ngimnama yamaphoyisa. So mabeqalisa ukusesha elinye iphoyisa liye langiphushela phakathi ngendluzulu.
I was standing there with the other police officers as they kicked the door open, and then when they started to search, one police officer forcefully pushed me inside.
Then that means they carried on to search what happened thereafter.
Kwasekwenzekani-ke emuva kokuthi beseshile.
Bathi ma beqeda ukusesha base bethi asambeni sibuyele emotweni.
After they were finished searching, they then said, let's go back to the vehicles.
Was there anything illegal that was found when they were conducting the search?
Ngathi-ke besesha kukhona yini okungekho emthethweni okwatholakala khona lapho?
Cha, Nkosikatora azayibone lutho mina.
No, my lord, I saw nothing.
It's the evidence of Buthelezi that a plastic bag was found containing ammunition.
Kubufakazi-ke bukamapumulo ne? Bukabuthelezi, sorry. Bokuthi-ke bathola-ke i-plastic khona lapho-ke eyayiney'nhlamvu.
Manga lawo akhulunywa uButhelezi Nkosikatora.
Those were lies that were told by Buthelezi, my lord.
All right, then we were ordered to go out. Where did you go?
Uthi-ke base bethi-ke aniphumeke naphuma lapho naseniyaphi.
Sithema sifika emotweni mangithi ngena betha ngene emotweni mangena emotweni elinye iphoyisa lathi angisazi uKenneth Bando yasibongo sakhe wathi angeke sambe nalo muntu lo ibhluku elimbanzi kanje.
As I was about to get into the vehicle, my lord, one police officer, I can't remember who that colonel was, said that we cannot go with this person when his pants wet like this.
Then what happened thereafter?
Kwasekwenzekani?
Base betha ngihambe ngiyobabonisa elami ibhluku.
Sorry. Oh, sorry, proceed. I wanted to ask, when he said they cannot live with you with the wet pants, what happened thereafter?
Busaqhubeka busathini?
Base betha ngihambe ngiyobabonisa elami ibhluku lezi ayiphahle lapha ngafika ngababonisa elami ibhluku uthi nani. Bathi ngibabonise nama andami ngababonisa ngathi nawo.
They then said, let us go back. I should point out my pants among those clothes as well as my underwear. I then did that.
All right. So you changed the pants. Was it the only thing that you changed?
Washington, look a lot.
Bangumula ibhluku, bangumula ianda. Bangqokisi under baphinde bangqokisi ibhluku, my lord.
It was my pants that they took off as well as my underwear. Then my underwear was put on as well as a pants.
So the shoes, did they change anything?
Ikatula?
Necathulo bathi ngigqoke icathulo evalekile.
As well as with shoes, they ordered me or told me to wear sort of like shoes, say like formal shoes. Evalekile noma icathulo nje noma amateki muthe evalekile.
Kwakwezicathulo.
It was shoes, like informal shoes.
All right. So you changed all that. What happened thereafter?
Uma usushintshile konke lokho kwasekwenzekani?
Sase sihamba bangibuyisele emotweni base beya driver ke.
I was taken back to the vehicle and then they drove.
To where?
Ukuya kuphi?
Ngabona sesingena eFosforus.
I just saw when we entered Phosphorus.
Before you enter Phosphorus, there is evidence by Sergeant Mkhole that you went to Tembisa Hostel.
Ngaphambi nje kokuthi niyeke eFosforus kunobufakazi khona la enkantolo bakhe umkhula ukuthi ke naya ehostel eTembisa.
Cha, akaze siye hostel yaseTembisa.
No, we never went to a hostel in Tembisa.
So is it your evidence that after you left your place of abode, you went straight to, you saw yourself at Phosphorus?
Uthi wena uma senihamba nisuka ke lapho ohlala khona wabona nje sengene eFosforus.
Nkosikatora ngabona sesingene eFosforus akukho futhi esama khona masisuka lapha endlini saya straight la abafike bangena khona lapha kumasipala waseFosforus.
My lord, from where I was staying, We didn't stop anywhere. I just saw us going straight to Vosloorus, that is now at the municipality there in Vosloorus.
What happened there?
Kwenzekani-ke lapho?
Bangifika khona baphinde bangehlisa futhi.
Upon arrival there, I was then made to alight again.
Okay. What
Yeah.
happened?
Baphinde bangibuza ukuthi namanje ngisalibele ngiphika ukuthi khona engikwaziyo ngokufa kaSenzo na.
They asked me again, are you still denying that you know anything or you don't know anything about Senzo's death?
What was your response?
Waphendula usuthini-ke wena?
Ngabatshela ngathi angazi lutho ngokufa kaSenzo.
I informed them that I knew nothing about Senzo's death.
There's evidence by Sergeant Mkhola that when you were still at Tembisa, you were saying something which she regarded it as some kind of admission. What is your take on that?
Kunento ekhulunywe uSergeant Mkhola la enkantolo ukuthi inkathi nisesethembisa-ke kukhona lokho wakusho yena-ke athi uma ekulalela wakuthatha-ke ukuthi-ke ukuvuma khona-ke okuvumayo uthini uma uphendula kulokho?
Cha, akukho engakuvumayo.
No, there's nothing that I admitted to.
Any persons, according to Sergeant Mukhane, that you found at Tembisa Hostel, where they took you to with the purpose of looking for a firearm. Do you know anything about that?
Any persons?
In Tembisa Hostel, when they left his place of abode, they went to Tembisa Hostel and spoke to certain people relating to a firearm.
Theke mase niphuma-ke khona lapho eThembisa-ke kwanabantu-ke abathize ekwakhulunyisana nabo-ke khona lapho malunga nolwazi-ke nesibhamu.
Cha, abekho.
No, there were none.
All right. Let's quickly go back to Vosloorus. You said you alighted at Vosloorus municipality area. They ask you, you still deny having involved yourself in the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. You denied that. What happened thereafter?
Ushilo-ke ukuthi bathi-ke ehla-ke khona lapho eFoslo bakubuza futhi-ke usathu lokuphika njalo ukuthi awazi lutho wathi wena awazi lutho kwase kwenzekani-ke emuva kwalokho?
Baqhubeka bangishupha.
They carried on trooping me.
Then till proceed.
Qhubeka.
Kuthe besangishupha bengikhahlela kanjalo kwavela omunye ubaba engimazi emva kwesikhathi nawo ukuthi ugininde.
As they were trooping me and then also assaulting me, and then after some time a certain gentleman appeared who later on became known to me as Gininda.
Yeah. What happened?
Yebo.
Baye bama ukungishaka leso sikhathi mayefika ugininde.
Well, when Gininda arrived, they stopped assaulting me.
Yes.
So uye wababizela eceleni bathi ukuba nemhlangano wabo eceleni.
He called them.
Babo mara abanye basala bebheke mina.
He called them aside and then they had a meeting in their numbers there, or in their majority, but some of them remained with me.
All right. After the meeting, what happened?
Emuva komhlangano kwase kwenzekani?
Wabuya uGininda naye ezongibuza ukuthi ngazini ukufa kaSenzo.
Gininda came back and asked me, what do you know about Senzo's death?
Yes, what was your response?
Waphendula wathini?
Ngamtshela ukuthi angazi lutho ukufa kaSenzo.
I told him that I knew nothing about Senzo's death.
Was it the only thing he asked you? Is there anything further?
Yilo kuphela akubuza kwani namakhono okunye.
Naye waphinda wathi unolwazi lokuthi mina nginesandla ekufeni kaSenzo.
He further said that he had information or knowledge that I had a hand in Senzo's death.
What was your response?
Wasuphendula uthini wena?
Ngamtshela ngathi ngicela ukuthi ungithembe kulento engishoyo angazi lutho ngokufaka Senzo labantu akuloku bengithathe mina bengishaba ngibuza indaba kaSenzo angazi lutho indaba ngokufaka Senzo.
I then said to him, please, requesting you that these people took me. It was still during the day when they took me. They kept on assaulting me and saying that I knew something about Senzo's death, and I've been telling them that I know nothing about Senzo's death.
But according to Brigadier Gininda's evidence in this court is that you saying something in relation to admission of your involvement.
Kodwa-ke ngokobufakazi bakhe uBrigadier Gininda kuyona le nkantolo lena uthe mayitshela lenkantolo wathi wena-ke kuloko wakusho kuwena-ke kwakuwukuvuma ukuthi-ke khona-ke okwaziyo mayelana nokushona kwakhe uSenzo.
Cha akazi akukho engakuvumayo. Ngibanga la.
No, I admitted to nothing, my lord. He was telling lies with regards to that.
Were any rights explained to you by Brigadier Gininda or Sergeant Mohole at any given stage?
Ngaba sikhona yini isigaba la khona-ke uBrigadier Gininda noma-ke yena-ke uSergeant Mohole akuchazela khona-ke ngamalungelo akho onawo?
Cha.
No.
All right. Take us to immediately after you interacted with Brigadier Gininda. What happened thereafter?
Emuva kokuthi-ke manje usuxoxisene-ke ukhulumile naye uBrigadier Gininda kwase kwenzekani?
Bayilokho eqhubeke ngibuza ungitshela ukuthi vele kudala esebenza ngabantu abafana nami ngizokhuluma iqiniso.
As he went on asking me, he also said to me that he has been working with people like me. In the end, I will tell him the truth.
Okay.
Or eventually tell him the truth.
Can you estimate how long did you interact with Brigadier Gininda?
Ungasho ukuthi kwaba isikhathi esingakanani uxoxisana kwakho naye uBrigadier Gininda?
Ngoba ngingakhumbuli ukuthi ngaba isikhathi esingakanani. Kodwa mhlawumbe boma 30 minutes or ngaphansi.
Although I can't remember specifically as to how long it took, about 30 minutes or less.
So eventually, during that interaction, you never made any admissions or a confession to the killing of Senzo Meyiwa.
Kodwa-ke ngaleso sikhathi leso-ke sokukhulumisana kwakho naye-ke awukazi uvume lutho noma-ke ugonuluke mayelana nako ukushona kwakhe uSenzo?
Cha angaze ngivume lutho.
No, I never admitted to anything.
Akukho ukugonyuluke ngayo ngakwenza.
I did not make any confession.
There's something that Brigadier Gininda said. I think that was also said, not in different ways, by Gininda, Brigadier Gininda. He said, I was waiting for this moment to come. I wanted to offload this burden. Do you know anything about that?
Khona okunye-ke okushiwo uyena-ke uBrigadier Gininda lana ukuthi-ke wathi-ke kade ngilindele leli thuba leli-ke kade lo mthwalo lona ngifuna ukuthi-ke ngiwususeke emahlombe ami. Khona okwaziyo mayelana nalokho?
Cha akukho mayelana engikwaziyo mayelana nalokho. Angazange ngize ngikhulume njalo.
No, my lord, I know nothing with regards to that. I've never said such a thing.
All right. After that, where did you go? After the interaction with Brigadier Gininda, where did you go? Sorry. Oh, my lord, they are just maybe adjourn for a short. Maybe take a short adjournment.
What's the time, Mr. Dana? It's 11:15, my lord.
Okay, we come back at past then.
They then said, let's get into the vehicles.
Yes.
Yebo.
Baphinde ba driver so ngibone sesise singena ngathi singena eSoweto.
They drove again, and then when I just looked, and then I saw us driving into Soweto.
All right. Where?
Kuphi indawo Soweto?
Where in Soweto?
Sangena kwenye police station lapha eSoweto.
It's a certain police station in Soweto.
What's the name of the police station?
Ikamalayo.
Itiklufu.
Deep Kloof.
Who were you traveling with?
Wawuhamba nobani?
Emotweni engangikuyo my lord.
You mean in the
Yes.
vehicle that I was in?
Correct, yes.
Yeah.
Kwaku umkhula,
It was Mukhula,
uncamane,
Ngamane,
umabhena.
and Mabena.
Were you transported with the same Gold 7?
Kwakule Gold 7.
Yeah, kwayile yakho 7.
Yes, it was.
Ezinye zaziza ngemuva.
Others
Ezinye
were-
ziphambili.
There were cars behind and there were cars in front as well.
So upon your arrival at Diepkloof Police Station, what happened?
Mase nifika khona ke e-police station yaseDiepkloof kwasekwenzekani.
Baphinde bangithatha bangifaka kwenye indawo engathi i-courtyard, ngingazi ukuthi ibizwa ngani. Inofefe la phezulu. I-room nje i-open space nyana.
I was taken to this courtyard, not knowing exactly as to what the particular place is. Okay, ukhuluma ngofefe, ukhuluma ngani? Nje eshisa? I'm just trying to find out, my lord. There's a particular word that was used by the witness, which I'm not sure of. Was this particular.
It says it's courtyard.
No, but then he says the roofing of it, my
Yeah,
lord.
the roofing
was-
is meshed. I'm not giving evidence.
Okay.
Police stations I normally have that. I'm a bulk rata, net rata phezulu. Is that what you want to convey?
Kunamadrata mari uyabona ufefe lento yokusinyama.
Like in umuntu ukhuluma into yokusinyama like i-dry stand.
Yeah, like president.
Yes.
Lento ebokubekwa phezulu.
Oh, okay. It's some sort of, yes, my lord, there is some fence on it, but the witness is making a reference to what you would refer to as the braai stand, something that where you put the meat on top of when you braai. But he refers to it as ufefe, but which is
It's in the air. It's in the air.
Yeah, kunama reference akhandiwe futhi.
Kunama?
Ama reference like imfundo enganyana ikhandiwe
Yes.
cross.
There are also some steels, my lord, which are also being crossing each other, which are also on the roofing of that particular
Okay,
place.
fine. All right.
Ezinsimbi phansi bese kuba yile phezulu ensure.
When you were put in that room, what happened, sir?
Ufakiwe ke kulele camera leyo noma kuleyo room leyo kwasekwenzekani.
Thema singena lapha waphila uginini wangibuza ukuthi ngisaqhubeka ngiphika na ukuthi ngazi ngokufaka Senzo Meyiwa.
When I got in there, Kininda asked me again, am I still denying that I have any knowledge am I still denying that I know nothing about Senzo's death? What in it?
Athi mina namanje ngiyasha ngazi lutho.
I said to him, I still maintain that I know nothing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So wasethi yena uzongishiya engishiye nalabo abantu laba beqhubeke nomsebenzi wabo ngoba ngifuna ukusebenzisana naye.
He then said to me that he was going to leave me in the company of those people, and they would then proceed with their work because I do not want to cooperate with him.
All right. What happened thereafter?
Kwasekwenzekani emuva kwalokho?
Wase yahamba nangempela uyaphuma lapha esasikhona.
Indeed, he left, in other words, went out of where we were.
Those people that remained behind was Mkhola, Ngamane, Mabena, and other officers in the same room with you.
Laba abasala ngasemuva ke uMkhola, uNgcamane, uMabhena kanye nabanye amanye amaphoyisa babe kulelo gumbi lelo nabo.
Yeah, babe kulelo gumbi lelo.
Yes, they were in the same room.
All right, proceed. What happened thereafter?
Kwasekwenzekani?
Baye baqhubeka belokhu bengishubha bethi angisho ukuthi ngazi ngokufaka Senzo.
They carried on cubing me, saying that I must say what it is that I know about Senzo's death.
During the chopping, what was your response?
Sorry.
Were you able to speak, to respond at the time they were chopping you?
Ngaleso sikhathi bekushupa ke wena waphendula uthi ngamanye amagama ke njengoba bekushubhile ke wawukwisimo yini sokuthi ungaphendula ukwazi ukukhuluma.
Shuthi mabekushuba bayakushubha bekunikeza isikhathi esincane sokuthi uphendule imibuzo abakubuza yona. bawungaphenduli ngendlela abafunayo bephinde bekushubhe futhi.
What happens is when you are being cubed, they would cube you and then give you a small or short space of time for you to respond. If you don't, or you don't respond according to how they want, then they will proceed in tubing you.
Okay, for how long did this thing happen? That small space that they gave you, tubing, demanding some response from you, how long did it take?
Konke lokhu kwathatha isikhathi esingakanani ukuthi bakushube bakunike isikhathi esincane sokuthi uphendule noma ungaphenduli lokho bakushoyo base beyaqhubeka konke lokho kwathatha isikhathi esingakanani.
My Lord, angisasikhumbuli kahle isikhathi.
My Lord,
Ukuthi ngingathi isikhathi esingakanani.
My Lord, I can't remember the time well as to be able to say as to how long it took.
All right, proceed, tell us further, what happened?
Qhubeka kusitshela ukuthi kwenzekani.
During the tubing or after the tubing?
Ngalesikhathi beshuba noma emuva kokushuba.
Kuthe mabesaqhubeka nokungishubha kwavela futhi omunye ubaba futhi naye engimaze emva kwesikhathi owathi uMbotho.
After that, my Lord, a certain gentleman who was unknown to me at the time, but whom I got to know afterwards, then came and became known to me as Mboto.
Yes. Did he introduce himself to you?
Why chaza kwena noma wazithula kwena?
Yeah, mabeqeda ukuma wazisha igama lakho uthi yena ubani.
Yes, after they stopped, he introduced himself as to who he was.
During the introduction of that man to you, were these officers still in the same room with you and Colonel Mboto?
Ngathi esho ke ukuthi ubani yena ke abanye labo babesekhona ke nabo kulelo office lelo.
Yebo babekhona.
Yes, they were still there.
Okay, now you are interacting with Colonel Mboto. Can you tell the court what actually that interaction all about after the introduction was, if any?
Manje ke usunaye ke uKenel Mboto ukuthi ke manje awuchaze ke manje ukuthi ukhulumisana lokho kwakumayelana nani uma kuukuthi vele kukhona enaxoxisana ngako kwakumayelana nani.
uMbotho mayefika lapha yabeqeda ukuma uyangitshela ukuthi yena uMbotho mayeqeda ukukhuluma namaphoyisa bese etshela mina ukuthi ayena uMbotho uze kimi ufuna ukungibuza nje imibuzo embalwa.
After he had spoken to the other police officers, Mboto then came to me, introduced himself to me that he was Mboto and that he would like to ask me a few questions.
What was your response to that?
Wasuphendula uthini ke wena kulokho?
Athi mina ngizolalela ngizomphendula imibuzo.
I then said to him, I will listen and I would answer the questions.
Yes, proceed.
Qhubeka.
Wase ngibuza ukuthi ngazini ukufa kaSenzo.
He then asked me, what do you know about Senzo's death?
Yes, what was your response?
Yebo.
Ngamtshela ukuthi angazi lutho ukufa kaSenzo.
I told him that
Kusuka emini lokhu ngishayelwa indaba kaSenzo ukuthi ngazi ngokufa kaSenzo. Lokhu ngibele ngibatshela nalabo ukuthi mina ngazi lutho ukufa kaSenzo.
I told him that I knew nothing about Senzo's death, that since during the day that I've been assaulted, asked about my knowledge with regards to Senzo's death, and I've been telling them that I know nothing about Senzo's death. Kwasekwenzekanike.
uMbotho wayephethe amaphepha esandleni sakhe.
Mboto had some documents in his hand.
Yes.
Wayelibele engibuza lembuzo ebhala phansi.
As he was asking me these questions, he was writing down.
So was, according to your knowledge, was writing down what you were telling him?
Ngokwazi kwakho ke ingabe wayibhala phansi lokho wena owawumtshela kona?
Cha, angazi.
No, I don't know.
Okay. How long did it take you? You said you don't know, but immediately after he took out those documents, did he show you those documents or he was just asking questions whilst he was in possession of those documents?
Ingaba emuva kokuthi lawo maphepha lawo esewakhiphile ke wayekubuza ke lawo wakutshengisa yini ke lawo maphepha lawo noma wayekubuza nje lawo maphepha lawo esesandleni kuyena?
Wayengibuza amaphepha kuye.
As he was asking me, the papers were in his, the documents were in his possession.
Still in the presence of the police officers.
Ekhona amanye amaphoyisa?
Yeah, bayekhona.
Yes,
All
they
right.
were present.
Did he ask you to sign this document? Did he ask you to write any statement relating to the death of Senzo Meyiwa? What happened?
Ingaba wacela yini ukuthi sayinde lapho kulawo maphepha lawo? Wacela yini ukuthi ke mhlawumbe ubhale istatimende mayela nokushona kwakhe uSenzo yini kahle kahle eyenzeka?
Bayiqeda ukungibuza imibuzo. Ule elokhu ebhala phansi angimazi ukuthi wayebhala ini. Ekugcineni wasethi ufuna ukuthi ngisayine la. Ngase ngithi mina angeke ngikwazi ukusayina izandla zami ziboshelwe ngemuva.
As he was asking me questions, he would be writing, and thereafter he then requested me to sign, and then I said to him that I would be unable to sign because my hands were tied at the back.
Sorry, my lord. Okay. If your hands were tied at the back, did you able to sign any document, or what happened? Were the handcuffs loosened for you to sign the document? What happened?
Uma kuwukuthi ke nanjengoba usho ukuthi izandla zakho zayiboshwe ngasemuva ke ingaba mhlambe yini khona yini document noma iphepha noma amaphepha osayinda ingabuza Nkosi khululwa yini ukuze ke ukwazi ukuthi usayine?
Yaboza Nkosi babakhulula. Ngase ngiyakwazi ukuthi ngisayine.
Yes, the handcuffs were loosened and then I was able to sign.
Okay. Was from the documents where you attached your signature, were the contents thereof canvassed to you, or were they related to you, or were they read back to you?
Ingaba lokho noma ke iphepha noma amaphepha la owasayinda lokhu kubhaliwe kulona noma kuwona lawo maphepha lawo wakutshelwa yini noma wakufundelwa yini ukuthi ke manje njengoba usayinda lana yilokhu nalokhu nalokhu okubhalwe khona la?
Cha akaze bengitshene kusekhatona.
No, I was never informed, my lord.
So when you signed this document, were any thumbprint that were fixed on those documents?
Ingabe mawusayinda khona lapho sikhona yini isithupha esabekwa kuwona lawo maphepha lawo?
Angisakhumbuli my lord.
I can't recall, my lord.
Okay. How many pages did you sign?
Mangaka amapage wawasayinda?
Angisawakhumbuli.
I can't remember.
Did you initial any page of those documents?
Ukhona ke ukusayinda ne kube khona lokhu kokuthi ke mhlawumbe ukuthi abeka nje ama initials akho ukuthi amagama akho aqala ngubani nobani. Ingaba ke ku document ku page ngayodwa kulawo ma page lawo ikhona la kuthiwa khona beka khona ke ama initials akho. Awukusayinda kodwa manje ubeka nje ama initials.
Angisakhumbuli my lord.
I can't remember, my lord.
Okay. So now after the signing of this document, what happened?
Usuwasayindile ke manje lamaphepha kwasekwenzekani?
Sorry, before you get into that, what time did you, if you can remember, what time did you arrive at Diepkloof?
Uma kuwukuthi usakhumbula ke kwakusikhathi sini ukufika kwakho eDiepkloof?
Isikhathi my lord angisikhumbuli ukuthi wawusikhathi bani.
I can't remember the time, my lord.
All right. Can you remember the time you left Diepkloof police station? Was it at night?
Oh, sorry.
Was it at night, in the evening, in the afternoon? Can you perhaps tell the court?
Owahamba ngaso noma uphuma ngaso ke manje isikhathi sona eDiepkloof uyasikhumbula yini? Kwakusebusuku, kwakusemini, uyasikhumbula sona?
Kwakusebusuku ukuthi wawuba nesikhathi angikhumbuli.
It was at night, my lord, but as to what time it was, I can't remember.
So, all right. After signing the document, what happened thereafter?
Usuwasayindile ke amaphepha lawo kwasekwenzekani?
Mayithi umbotho angisayina amaphepha ngithe mabe ngicela ipolice ukuthi lingikhiphe ama-handcuff uye wathola ukuthi izandla zami ilimele wangibuza ukuthi hawu kanti ulimele kanti ngamtshela ngathi ngilimele.
When Colonel Mboto requested me to sign the documents, and then the police officer was requested to remove the handcuffs or to loosen the handcuffs, he then noticed that I was hurt or injured. He then said, "Oh, have you been hurt?" I then confirmed that yes, I am hurt.
What is the nature of the injury?
Kwakuwukulimala okuluphi uhlobo noma ulimele kanjani?
Angilibele ngiphuma igazi la ezandleni.
I was bleeding in my hands.
Were you not swollen?
Ongavuvukile.
Angivuvukile.
I was,
Angivuvukile kakhulu.
very much so.
So are you saying Colonel Mboto also saw that you were, or he said something about the injuries that he observed in your hands?
Uthi uKenel Mboto wakubona lokho futhi kwakhona into ayishoyo mala nokulimala kwakho ezandleni.
Yebo wakubona.
Yes, he saw it.
Wathena akunakinga asike siqale ngalokho okubalekile so bese ibona ukulimala kwakho.
He saw it, my Lord, but then he said, okay, there's no problem, but let's start with the important aspect. We would then come back to the issue of you being injured.
All right. After the signing now, you signed the document. What after that happened?
Usayindileke manje usayinda lona ke iphepha noma amaphepha lawo kwasemuva kwalokho kwenzekani.
Mangiqeda ukusayina bake kwahanjwa futhi kwayiwa emotweni futhi.
After I was done signing, we then proceeded to the vehicles again.
Yes.
Yebo.
La baphinda baba nomhlangano khona futhi noGininda emotweni lapha.
Where they had another meeting again there at the vehicles with Gininda.
Yes.
Yebo.
Emva kwalapho ke base ngikhashwa igolf ebomvu kwakune Nissan imoto ezange esikhothayo ba ngabona sengena Pretoria police station.
There, my Lord, I was then transported in the Red Golf. There was also a Nissan that is now formed part of the vehicles that were escorting us. And then I just noticed us driving into Valeria police station.
So what happened when you arrived at Valeria police station?
Kwenzekani khona eValeria?
Mangifika Pretoria police station ngeke ngahlala isikhashanyana emotweni bangena ngaphakathi amanye amaphoyisa amanye asala ngaphandle.
Upon arrival there, I was made, or I sat in the vehicle. Some police officers got inside the police station and other police officers remained with me.
Then, at what stage were you inside the police station?
Kwaba ngayiphi ke inkathi la ungena ngaphakathi khona police station?
Isikhathi angisazi my lord.
Was it after the meeting?
Ushihlandla musuma ngesikhathi noma isiphi isikhathi noma iliphi ihlandla la khona manje usuzongena ngaphakathi khona. Angithi ukuthi kuhleze emotweni. Manje ungene ngaliphi ihlandla ke ungena ngaphakathi police station.
Makubuya lamaphoyisa bekade ngaphakathi police station.
When the police officers that had gone in came back, my lord.
So you were booked in?
Wase ungeniswa ngaphakathi ke?
Yebo ngase ngeniswa ngaphakathi.
Yes, my lord, I was then taken in.
Who booked you in?
Ubani owabhuka khona lapho?
Umuntu wayekhona lapha kwawumhula, uMabhena, uNcamane, uLokenet lo esengimkhohliwe ukuthi isibongo sakhe.
The people that were there, my lord, was Mukhula, Mabhena, Ncamane, as well as the colonel whose name or surname I've now forgotten.
All right. Just take the court to Valeria police station at the time when you arrived, when you were booked in. Were the cell masters attended to your booking in? Those people that are assigned to book in and out the suspects, the cell masters.
What about them, sir?
Did they participate in you booking inside the police station?
Kunalaba ke manje abagadile noma ababhekile lapha emaselini abasebenza khona lapha umsebenzi wabo ukuthi babheka amasela. Ingaba bona babe yingxenye yini yalokho ukuthi ke ubhukwe lapha yana kuma cells ase Valeria?
My lord, akaze ngibabone laba abantu labana kukhona into abayihlanganisayo nami ngoba engikhumbulayo mangiqeda ukwehla emotweni uMabhena uye wangithatha wahamba straight wangivalela esayilini lami ngiyiwana afika ngahlala khona.
My lord, I did not, or I wasn't part of any of that, or I wasn't involved in any of that where they did something in my presence. What happened is that I was taken by Mabhena from the vehicle and took me straight into the cell and locked me up there.
You mentioned that you were alone in that cell.
Kushilo ukuthi wawedwa kwesa cell leso.
Yeah, bangihlalise ngiyiwana.
Yes, I was alone, my lord.
So on that, at the time you were booked in, I understand you said you did not see or you did not interact with the cell masters, but was there any person when you were booked in that cell who asked you whether you were assaulted or not? You had any medical problems, any injuries, any attention of a medical doctor? Is there any person who was concerned about your medical condition?
Yebo ushilo ke ukuthi laba bona abasebenza lapha emaselini ke akukho kwakuhlanganisa nabo kodwa ke inkathi usungaphakathi ke lapho manje usuvalele ngabe ukhona yini umuntu ke owayeza ke ezofuna ukwazi kuwena ukuthi ushayiwe yini ulimele ngabe ufuna uhlangana nodokotela yini khona nje umuntu owaza ezokubuza lokho no
Oweza wazongibuza ekseni ukuthi ngiright noma ngibuzanga imibuzo uNkosi eKatolo ebuzayo wangibuza ukuthi ngiright ngamtshela ukuthi mina ngishayiwe wathi ngishawe ngoba ngathi amaphoyisa ebengilethela la wathi akawabonanga.
Okay. The person that came, my lord, although the person never asked me in the manner in which you are now asking me, is the person that came in the morning, asked me if I was okay. I then said that I was assaulted. I wanted to know who assaulted me. I then said the police officers who brought me here. That person then said, but I didn't see those police officers. Yeah.
Wathi uzobuza ukuthi amaphoyisa angilethela obani.
The person then said that he or she was going to inquire as to who were those police officers who brought me there.
Mayebuya uyangitshela ukuthi hayi lamaphoyisa angilethile la amaphoyisa amakhulu kunabo ngeke bekwazi ukuthatha into eshuwo yimi njengamanje.
The person then came back and said to me that the police officers that brought me there were police officers that were much senior to him or to her, and that they cannot take what I was telling them.
Okay. All right. Let me just be specific about you having been booked in the cell. An occurrence book, which was signed by Sergeant Mkhula, and says you were booked in without injuries. According to you, that is not true.
Lana ke ngokufakazi ke ukuthula noma ke incwadi ke kule incwadi esayindwayo ke zalapha yana emaselini esayini ngoshoka ke umkhula ukuthi uma ngabe ubhuka noma ufakwa lapha yana ke uvalelwa khona wawungalimele kodwa ke wena uma uphendula lokho uthi akusilona iqiniso lokho.
Akusilona iqiniso.
That's not true.
Okay. Let us move on. Now you were booked in. That was the 30th, I think the early hours of the 1st of June, of the 31st of May, because you arrived there after 12. So what happened on the 31st of May?
Uma kwenzeka ke lokho noma usubhukwa ke lapha yana ke kwakusentatha kusa ke manje nge-31 zika May 2020. Kwenzekani ke ngalela langa la nge-31 zika May 2020?
Kwafika uMabhena nomunye ubabe ngamazi kulesa sikhathi sa engimaze sekuhamba isikhathi ukuthi umhani.
Mabhena arrived and a certain unknown gentleman, or the gentleman was unknown to me at the time, but later on became known to me as Mukhane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bangifica ngilele bafike bathi asambeni.
They found me sleeping and then they said, let's go.
Meaning, were you booked out by them from the cell that you were sleeping in?
Yeah, were you?
Yes, it's them.
Okay, what happened thereafter?
Ngavuka bangifaka ama-handcuff ngemuva.
I then got up, or woke up, and then they handcuffed me at the back.
Yes.
Yeah.
bahamba bayongifaka emotweni.
They took me to the vehicle.
Yes. What vehicle was that?
Yiphi leyo moto?
Kwakuyi-Fortune,
It was a Fortuner.
What color was it?
Mbala.
yayimhlophe,
It was white.
Driven by who?
Yeshayelwa ubani?
umhane.
Mukhane.
Okay. So after you were taken inside that motor vehicle, where did you go?
Usungaphakathi ke kuyona imoto leyo naya kuphi?
Angikhumbuli abantu abathi babe ngisakuphi mina.
I can't remember as to where those people were taking me to.
Okay. What happened?
Kwase kwenzekani?
Sasihamba nje indawo eziningi, so into ezazenzeka ngingazazi angikhumbuli sidala nje.
We were going to a lot of places, things that were happening, things that I cannot remember.
But those places, do they relate with what is alleged against you?
Kodwa ke indawo lezo khuluma ngazo nami noma ushoke ukuthi indawo ongazazi ke kodwa ingabe futhi le ndawo yayihlangana yini noma ihambelana nezinsolo lezi eingakuwena noma abakubeka zona zahlangana yini lezo ndawo lezo nezinsolo lezi abayishoyo ngakuwena?
Cela ungiphindele umbuzo
Can you
mina.
repeat the question?
All right. You say they took you to different places.
Uthi bakuthatha bakuhambisa kwindawo ezahlukile.
Those places where they took you to,
Indawo lezi ababekuthatha bekusa kuzona
were they related to the allegations about the death of Senzo Meyiwa?
kwakhona yini okuhlanganisa lezo ndawo lezo abathatha bekusakuzona ezahlukene kanye nezinsolo lezi abayibeka ngakuwena zokushona noma zokubulala uSenzo Meyiwa? Kwakhona ukuhlangana yini noma ukuxhumana yini phakathi kwalezo ndawo lezo kanye nezinsolo lezi?
Kwesekatolo angazi, akukho engikwaziyo ngalapho ba yibo ababehamba bengithatha bengisala bangisakhona ukuthi babesuke beyongenzisana ukuthi kwawenziwani lapho anginalo ulwazi.
My Lord, I don't know. I have no knowledge because they are the ones who would take me to those places. As to what would be happening there, as to all the reason of going there, I don't know.
Okay. On the 31st of June, on the 31st of May 2020, other than those places, those different places, is there anything peculiar that was done to you in relation to the allegations?
Ngaphandle kweindawo lezi osushilo ke ezahlukile ababekuthatha bekusakuzona ke ngazo i31 lezi zika May 2020 ukhona yini okwenzeka kuwena nje ngazo lezo i31 lezo mayelana nazo insolo lezi nge31 zika May?
Angisakhumbuli lutho, my lord.
I can't remember anything, my Lord.
All right, let's get into the 1st of June.
Asiyeke manje ke kumhla wokuqala kuJune.
What happened on the 1st of June?
Yini eyenzeka ke ngomhla wokuqala kuJune?
Do you remember?
Usakhumbula?
Did you appear in court?
Ngaba wavela yini no wayibikelela yini manje?
Yebo kwesekatolo ngayi court.
Yes, I went to court, my Lord.
Which court was that?
Yiphi yona?
Ethembisa court.
Tembisa court, my Lord.
So when you appeared, did you appear before a magistrate?
Ngabe wavela yini phambi kwemanje?
Yebo ngavela phambi kwemanje.
Yes, I did, my Lord.
Okay. Did you apply for bail?
Wasenza yini noma wasifaka yini isicelo sebail?
Yebo.
Yes.
Was it a formal application or you requested to be released on bail?
Ingabe ukuthi ke kwakuhlezi inkantolo kunomeli kunomshushisi kunofakazi wayekhona noma nje kwakuthi uyicelele nje ngomlomo wena ikhulumele noma kwakuyisicelo ngathi nje sasiformal into kwesenziwe enkantolo?
Mangifike enkantolo ngacela isicelo sokuba nommeli.
When I appeared in court, my Lord, I requested or made an application to be legally represented.
Do you mean legal aid application?
Legal aid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Then what was your second request?
Esesibili isicelo wasenza?
Yase laselithi lawyer licela ukuthi sibuye nge-8.
The legal representative then requested for the matter to be adjourned till the 8th.
For what?
Isizathu
sizofaka isicelo sebail.
to bring forward a bail application or to for a formal bail application, my lord.
Okay. We'll get into the 8th of June. Let's get now on the 2nd. The matter was then adjourned to the 8th of June for formal bail application. What happened on the 2nd of June?
Sizofika ke kuzo i8 lezo. Ngalelo langa ke manje ne lomhla oqala kuJune la seyicala lahlehliswa zona i8. Manje kwilanga elandelayo ke ngazo i2 zika June yini eyenzeka?
Ngisakhumbula my lord.
I can't remember, my lord.
Oh, okay, let me just put it this way. Were you booked out, I think it's Villere police station, were you booked out with the purpose of pointing out a traditional healer?
Ingabe bakhipha yini ngenhloso yokuthi uhambe uyokhomba inyanga?
Cha angibazi inhloso yabo mina.
No, I don't know
Angikhumbuli indaba yenyanga.
their purpose. I can't remember anything about a traditional healer.
But can you tell the court about the day in which you were taken to Dobsonville to a particular mkhulu in Dobsonville?
Objection, my lord.
Sorry.
You know what? I've been quiet.
I beg leave to withdraw.
No, since you started, this is not how you lead a person in chief. He has to relate the story, but now you're cross-examining him.
My lord,
No, you go on. I just didn't want to interfere, but I can tell you now, that's not how you lead evidence in chief. Okay.
thank you, my lord. Sir, on the 1st of June, can you please tell the court what happened thereafter?
Ngomhla oqala kaJune ngatshela inkantolo ukuthi yini eyenzeka ke emuva kwalokho.
I1 June ngayo court.
On the
Abuya.
first, sorry.
Bangikhipha inhloso zabo ukuthi babe ngisapha ngibazi.
On the 1st of June, my lord, I went to court. I came back, and then when they booked me out, my lord, as to what their purpose was, I don't know.
Proceed.
Kwaba zi5 baphinde bafika bangikhipha futhi emaselini.
And then it was the 5th, my lord. I was then booked out again from the cells.
Bangithatha bangisa kwenye indawo eFosforus.
They took me to some place in Phosphorus.
Proceed.
Yebo.
Mabefika khona baphinde bafike bangishupha khona bangishaya bathi bafuna ngibabonise la esasikhona sibulala khona uSenzo.
Upon arrival there, my lord, they choked me again. They assaulted me and said to me, they wanted me to go and show them where we were when we killed Senzo.
Yes.
Mabatshela ukuthi mina ngaze ngimbulala uSenzo angimazi ukuthi uSenzo wafela kuphi.
I then informed them that I've never killed Senzo. I don't even know as to where Senzo died.
Proceed.
Yeah.
Bangithatha bangisa kwenye indawo engazi ukuthi yayibhalwe Albertine.
They then took me.
Ngathi police station.
They then took me to this other place. It was written Albertine, my lord. It looked like a police station.
Yes.
Baye bangivalela kuleya ndawo leya isikhashanyana kwafika umunye ubaba wafika wangivulela lapha.
They locked me up in that place for some time, my lord, and a certain gentleman arrived there and opened up for me.
Proceed.
Babuye bangifaka insimbi bangifaka kwelinye office khona lapha.
They then handcuffed me, my lord, and put me in some other office there.
Proceed.
Yeah.
Loya baba loya wathi angigumule impahla.
That gentleman ordered me to undress, my lord. Yeah.
Yes.
Wangilayela ukuthi mabe sengigumule impahla angime kanjani omunye engishuthe.
And he also instructed me or told me that as I undressed or took off my clothes, as to how I should be positioned as the other one was taking pictures of me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shuthi engimisa ngendlela engimisa ngayo engishutha wasethi angigqoke ke.
He would then position me in a particular way, my lord, and then take pictures, and thereafter told me to get dressed again.
Yes.
Waphinde wathi angime kanje futhi waphinde wangishutha futhi omunye.
And again would tell me as to how to be positioned, and then the other one take pictures again.
Proceed.
Yeah.
Baphinde bathi angiphume ngiye emontweni. Bafike nasemotweni baphinde bathi angime eduze kwesivalo semoto baphinde bangishutha futhi.
I was then told to go to the vehicle, and at the vehicle I was then informed or told to stand next to the door of the vehicle, my lord, and then pictures were taken again.
Proceed.
Yeah.
Baphinde bathi angene emontweni baphinde bangishutha futhi.
And then told to get inside the vehicle again, pictures were taken.
Yes.
Sahamba imoto yafika kwenye indawo yafike yama.
We then,
Bathi angehla.
we then proceeded, my lord, and then at a particular place, the vehicle came to a standstill, and I was told to alight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Babethi angehla omunye ethi angikhombe phansi omunye engishutha futhi.
As I was then told to get out of the vehicle, the other one instructed me to point down, the other one took pictures.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baphinde bathi angene emotweni futhi.
Again, I was told to get into the vehicle. Yeah.
Yes.
Baphinde futhi bathi angehla kwenye indawo futhi bathi lo omunye waphinde wangiyalela futhi ukuthi angikhombe phansi futhi aphinde ngakhomba lo omunye wangishutha.
Again, at a certain place, I was instructed to get out. I was instructed by another one to point down, and the other one took a picture or pictures.
You may proceed.
Yeah, ungaqhubeka.
Baphinde bathi angene emotweni saphinde sahamba futhi ngabona sesibuyela kule ndawo besikade sikuye ekuqaleni.
I was then told to get into the vehicle again. We then drove, and then I saw us going back to the initial place where we were.
Le ngathi police station sengathi yase Albertine.
The one that looked like or resembled a police station in Albertine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So bathi angehle futhi baphinde bangishutha baphinde bangibuyisela kule ndawo leya engathi ioffice baphinde bafike bangishutha futhi.
There, I was told to get out. Pictures were taken again. I was told to get into the vehicle. We went back to that place that looked like an office, and then again a picture or pictures were taken.
Proceed.
Yeah.
Emva kwalapho bathi angihambe futhi ngibuyele emotweni.
From there, I was then instructed to get back into the vehicle.
Yes.
Kula imoto sizo driver umhane le besifike ngayo bese bengithatha futhi bengibuyisela eVeralini station.
That's where then I got into the vehicle that we came with, that was driven by Mkhane. That's when I was then taken back to Pretoria police station.
Proceed.
Yeah.
Emveni kwalapho ngicabanga ukuthi yikho beku ngoba nge8 ngabuyele court futhi.
Because my lord, on the 8th, I think that after that was that, and then on the 8th I then went back to court.
Then what happened?
Kwasekwenzekani?
Uxolo ngicela ukulungisa lakho sekatolo nge6 baye bangithatha bangisekhaya futhi.
May I just rectify this, my lord? On the 6th, I was taken home again.
Proceed.
Yeah.
On the 6th, what happened?
Nge-6 June bangithatha bangisekhaya emahlabathini.
Oh, so on the
Ola-
6th of June, sorry, but they took me home to Mahlabatini. Yeah.
Bafike ekhaya bafike basesha futhi ekhaya.
On arrival at home, they searched.
Yes.
Yeah.
Basebekhuluma nobaba baseza kimi afika ngitshela ukuthi lamaphoyisa ayangishaya athi mina angabulala uSenzo kodwa ngiyazi lonto leyo.
They spoke to my father. My father came to me. I informed my father that these police officers were assaulting me, accusing me of having killed Senzo, and I told them that I knew nothing about that.
Is your father reachable?
Uyatholakala ubaba wakho?
Njengamanje.
As in now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yebo.
Yes.
Proceed.
Correct.
After you told your father.
So masiqeda sabuya ke sesegoli futhi.
When we were done there, we then came back to Gauteng.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kwase nge-8 ngiyahamba ngecourt.
And then on the 8th, I then went to appear in court.
Then what happened in court?
Kwase kwenzekani enkantolo?
Ngafika enkantolo ngarimindwa ngabuya ngaphinde ngabuyela nge-10 June.
The matter was postponed. I went back and then I was back in court.
July.
Sorry, 10 July.
Ngabuyela nge-10 June.
Then the matter was remanded till the 10th of July.
Then what happened? Did you attend on the 10th of July?
Why enkantolo nge-10th of July?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Tell court what happened.
Tell enkantolo kwenzekani?
Ngangisahambela indaba yebheyili ngafike ngatshena i-court yaseThembisa ukuthi ngicela bengisuse ema-police station bengisuse eSilverton ngoba bese ngise-Silverton bengisuse e-police station bengise e-police station ngoba lama bengise ejele ngoba lamaphoyisa aphenye icala alibele ayangishaya and mayetholi isikhathi angithatha noma ngobani isikhathi e-police station ehambe nami.
When I appeared in court on that day, I then requested the court, because I was still attending court for a bail application, my lord. I requested the court that I be removed from a police station to a prison, my lord, because the investigators or investigating team were assaulting me, and each and every time they would just take me out, my lord.
Yes.
Or book me out. Yeah.
Was your request adhered to?
Ingabe isicelo sakho salalelwa yini?
Yebo i-court yasilalela sithatha isinqumo sokuthi angihambe ngemoto yami.
Yes, it was adhered to, and then the court then took a decision that I be taken to Modabi.
Yes. What happened after the matter was postponed?
Icala selihlehliswe-ke kwenzekani?
Ngahamba ngaye emoto yami ngafika ngahlala khona akukho okunye okwenzakala emva kwalokho okwenziwa amaphoyisa.
I was then taken to Modabi, and then that's where I remained, my lord, and nothing then happened thereafter that was done by the police.
Okay. In relation to this matter of Senzo Meyiwa, do you remember when were you charged?
Mayelana naleli cala leli-ke elikaSenzo Meyiwa, ngabe usakhumbula yini ukuthi uma uchajelwa lona leli cala leli kwakunini?
Yebo ngiyakhumbula.
Yes, I do remember.
Please tell the court.
Sokutshela inkantolo.
Ngachajwa nge-26 July ngichajelwe eFosforus
On the
station.
On the 26th of July, it was at Phosphorus police station. Ngawuphi unyaka?
2020.
26 July 2020.
So you were charged. Who charged you?
Ucharjwa ubani?
Ukinenda.
By Gininda.
Then what happened after that?
Kwase kwenzekani-ke emuva kwalokho?
Maye ngichaja wayenamanye amaphoyisa e-ofisini laseFosforus emva kwalapho bangithatha bangibuyisela ejele.
When he charged me, he was in the company of other police officers in that office, and then after that, I was taken back to prison.
Yes. What
Yebo.
happened?
Kwase kuthi nge 26 October bafika beletha amaphepha iphepha lama right beletha iphepha abathi J50.
And then on the 26th of October, my lord, they then came bringing some documents. Firstly, it was the documents with regards to the rights, as well as the J50, a document referred to as the J50.
Bangitshela ukuthi kusasa kufanele ngekatona.
Informed me that the following day I would have to go to court.
Yes.
Yebo.
Ngahamba nge day ilandelayo ngahamba ngaye court.
Indeed, on the following day, I went to appear in court.
What happened after you appeared in court?
Emuva kokuthi ke usubingeleleke nje kwenzekani.
Abingelele imali base bethi bazosinikeza ama lawyer sahamba ke sabuyela ejele.
Appeared in court, we were then informed that we would be provided with legal representatives, and then we were remanded back into custody.
All right. So, the state has led evidence that you made a confession freely and voluntarily in your sane and sober senses, and you were not subjected to any inducement. What is your comment on that?
Umbuso ke lethe ubufakazi noma uthuleke ubufakazi ke noma amagama kubizwe ofakazi ke ukuthi lana wena ke wagonyuluka ungaphoqiwe ungekho nje lutho eyenziwa kwena noma mhlambe kube nomthelela ongasimuhle owabakhona kwena kwakuphuma kuwena wawukhululekile nkathi ukwenza lokho uthini ke wena lokho.
Cha angaze ngikhuleke Nkosi kaToni ngicela ukuyicacisa la.
Okay.
Konke
Asithathe kancane ke. No my lord, I was it never happened freely. May I just explain? Yebo singayijahi ngiyacela ne.
konke okwenziwe kimi kwangesiyona intando yami.
Everything
Nokwenziwe nawumbotho kwangesiyona intando yami kwangezika ukuthanda kwami.
Everything that happened to me, my lord, was not out of my own free will. Even that which happened with Mboto, it was never out of my own free will, my lord. Yebo.
Ngangihlukuyeziwe ngangethukile futhi since besikhombe ngebhambe ezinkulu lokhu ngibuza imibuzo kusuka ekseni kuze kuyoshaya ikhathi eshaya kushona ilanga.
I was abused, my lord, pointed with firearms from the morning up until late in the evening.
Akukho engakwenza ngithi mina ngwenze ngakwenzayo ngangikwenza mangisayina ngangiphephisa impilo yami ngoba wayengekho umuntu lapha owayesesayidini lami nomuntu wayefisa ukungisiza. Umuntu wayelapha kwase kufana ukuthi amagumesi empilweni yami.
Ngifisa ukusho konke lokushoyo ne. Ngicela ukusho kancane nongajahisa zwana. Angikunqandi ukuthi ungakusho. Whatever I did, my lord, I did it in order for my own safety, to save my own life. There was no one there amongst them who was on my side or protecting me. Yebo.
Kwakuthi nabantu engibatshena ukuthi abantu bangishaya nabo babefana nabantu abangishayayo nabo babengekho usiza abanginikeza lona.
Even those to whom I would report that these people are assaulting me, it was like the same as if they were also assaulting me, because there was no assistance that came from them.
Amaphoyisa engisabisa ngangithuke kakhulu futhi.
The police were threatening me, and I was in shock.
Is there anything?
Khona okunye?
Bengisho ukuthi konke kwenzekile kule case ngize ngiyoboshwa ngiboshwe into engayazi. Amaphoyisa ayengithusela engishaya engihlukumeza ngayo yonke indlela umqondo wami ngokuphazamisekile kakhulu.
Everything that happened in this matter, my lord, were even leading up to my arrest, was arrested for something that I know nothing about, and I was being assaulted by the police, and I was also fearful, and I was also in shock.
About you told the court about the event of the 5th of June, where you said you were taken to another place in Phosphorus. Did you ever point out
ushilo ke mayela nalokho kwenzeka ngazo i5 zika June la uthi khona ke wasiwa ePhosphorus, ingaba khona la yini owakhomba khona?
ngasiwa eFosforas ngafike ngashawa ngabuyiselwe eAlbertina akukho la engangikhomba mina khona ngithi ngifuna ukukhomba kwakuthiwa ngenza ukuthi ngase ngenza into eyisho amaphoyisa ukuthi angiyenze.
I was taken to Phosphorus, I was assaulted, taken back to Albertine. I was doing that which I was being instructed to do by the police officers, my lord.
Thank you, my lord. That concludes my examination.
Thanks, sir. Yes. Mr. Komezu?
Please, the court, my lord, I'm going to request a very short break adjournment.
What's the short agenda? Hello?
To him,
And akukho engakwenza noMbotho ngokuthanda kwami.
and nothing that I did with Mboto was out of my will or my free will.
Thank you. Now, secondly, Mr. Khatebe, now there's the gentleman who took you to Phosphorus also told this court that indeed he met you at Alberton, where he also had a document from which he took you through the rights that you had as an accused person, as an arrested person then. And subsequent to him having explained the implications of your decision, you still went on to elect to go point at certain places.
Manje ke kwasekulandela ke manje uKennel Khatebe, uKhatebe noma uHatebe ochila ukuthi yena ke wafika ke eAlbertine ehamba ke nawe ke noma kwaya ke ePhosphorus. Uthe uma efakaza ke la enkantolo uKennel Khatebe wathi naye ke wakufundela wachazela ke ngamalungelo echazela futhi nangemiphumela yalokho. Nalapho ke wathatha isinqumo emuva kokuthi esechazeleke sokuthi uzohamba ke uyokhomba indawo ezithize. Yikona afike wakusho la uKennel Khatebe.
Awekho uHatebe awekho amalungelo angifundela wona. Akukho engangidecide la khona. Konke kwakwenzeka lapha kwakwenziwa wangiholelwa kuye uHatebe ukuthi angime kanje angenze kanje kube khona oshuthayo. Akukho ngakwenza mina ngithanda yami.
No, the rights were explained to me by Kennel Khatebe, my lord. There's nothing that I did out of my own free will. I was doing that which I was being instructed by him to do, where he would tell me to stand like this, and then someone will be taking a picture or pictures.
Thank you. Mr. Khatebe, the colonel, further told this court that after he had explained your rights and you having made a decision to continue to go and point out those places which according to him you ultimately pointed out, you made a specific request to him.
Okunye futhi aqhubekekile wakusho ke yena ke uKennel Khatebe ukuthi ke emuva kokuthi esechazeleke ngamalungelo akho usuhambileke wayokhomba la uyokhomba khona ke unesicelo esithize owasenza wena kuyena.
According to him, you requested him to take you to the entrance of Phosphorus because you were not so clued up about the direction from Alberton to Phosphorus, where you wanted to go and point out those things, which according to him, you ended up pointing out.
Uthi ke owacela wena ukuthi nje abakhambiseke nje kuze kuyofica la ekungenwa khona ke ePhosphorus. Ngoba ke wawungekho sure noma ungenaso ke isiqiniseko mayelana ke nomgwaqo okusuka eAlbertine ukuya ePhosphorus, kodwa uma nje bengathatha bakumikise kwi-entrance noma la ekungenwa khona ePhosphorus yila ke manje wawusozobathatha khona ke ubahambise la wathi wagcina ubasa khona uyokhomba khona.
Is that how it happened?
Indlela okwenzeka ngayo leyo?
Cha.
No.
Akaze ngize ngithi mina ngizokhola lapha ngizobakhomba khona.
I never said
Because-
that I would point out anything, sorry.
kwakuyibo babeyikhombela la bakhomba khona betshele mina ukuthi angikhombe so
They are the
kwakungekho
ones-
engikwaziyo lapha.
They are the ones who pointed out and they would then instruct me to point. There's nothing that I knew.
Did you make a request to Mr. Khadebe that only if they can drive from Alberton to the entrance of Foslores, then you will be able to lead the direction thereafter?
Ingaba nesicelo yini wasenza kuyena ke uKenya Khadebe ukuthi nje bona abasuke la ababe khona ke eAlbertine bayokumikisa nje noma bafike khona la engenwa khona eFoslorus ukusuka lapho ke manje usuzobathatha ke wena uye kuleyo ndawo leyo.
Cha,
Suke la ababe khona ke eAlbertine bayokumikisa nje noma bafike khona la engenwa khona eFoslorus ukusuka lapho ke manje usuzobathatha ke wena uye kuleyo ndawo leyo.
cha angaze ngibona sicelo Khadebe kusekatona.
No, I've never heard a request to Khadebe, my lord.
Thank you. Now, on the... Oh, nice. Now, on the 27th of October 2020, this is information that is on record that was supplied to us by the state as per the record of, as per the transcribed records. I'm going to read you something that is contained in the records. It's very short, it's very brief. Thank you. Very brief. Now, on page 16 of the transcribed record of the 27th of October 2020, this is what, amongst others, transpired. Now, the magistrate says to you, Mr. Sibiya, accused number 1, do you wish to bring a bail application?
Kumele ukuthi ke manje uzokufundela ke lokho kwenzeka ke ngazo i27 zika October unyaka ke ka2020 enkantolo manje ubingelela ke imanje yase ikubuza lo mbuzo ke mnumzana Sibiya mangalelwa oqala ingabe kuyisifiso sakho yini ukuthi ulethe isicelo sebail?
Now, your response is, Your Worship, before I proceed with the question of bail, I'd like to explain to the court when answering here before court.
Uma usuphendula ke wena ke uthi ngaphambilini kokuthi ngingaphendula ke noma ngingaphendula ke kudaba lolu lwebail uma sengiphendula ke kuyona inkantolo lena noma ngichaza.
Now, subsequent to you having said that, just for the sake of completeness, you go, the court, in response to your request that you wanted to explain to him something, then the court says to you, I am not going to allow you to hijack the proceedings. There are certain processes that needs to be followed. The court explained to you, firstly, your right with regards to legal representation, and you indicated that you wished, you did not even answer. Thank you. Close quotes.
Manje lana ke wase uthi wena ke nanjengoba usho ke inkantolo ukuthi khona lokho ofisa ukuthi uchazeke inkantolo isiyantshela ke manje ke ukuthi angeke ikuvumeleke ukuthi nje wenzeke noma kanjani ke enkantolo ke zikhona indlela ke noma ke igabi inkantolo kufanele ke ilandele futhi ichazele zona ke ezinye zazo ke ukuthi ukuthi ilungelo lakho lokuthi ungaba naye ummeli. Did I hear you correctly? Said I wish I did not answer.
It says, the court has explained to you firstly your right with regards to legal representation, and you indicated that you wished, you did not even answer.
Ukubhaliwe ke lapha ukuthi ke wena ukuthi uyafisa ukuthi noma ngabe nje ungaphenduli noma ungaphendulile.
Now I want you to listen to me very carefully.
Cela ungilalelisise kahle ke manje.
Do you understand?
Siyezwana? Yes.
From the reading of what has just been placed on record here, it seems to me that beyond you, in fact, before you wanted to proceed to tell the court about the question of bail, there is something that you wanted to bring to the attention of this court. That is, I say that based on what is contained. In other words, I am endorsing what I'm asking you based on what is contained on the record.
Manje-ke ngempendulo yakho-ke noma kulokho-ke okushilo la noma okubhaliwe laphayana ukuthi ngaphambilini kokuthi-ke kudingidwe udaba lolu lebheli noma uphenduleke kudaba lebheli kukhona lokhu owawufisa ukuthi ungakutshela inkantolo uma ngibheka nje lokhu okubhaliwe kule document engiyiphethe.
However, the court did not afford you the opportunity to do that. In other words, it shut your request on your face. It did not allow you the opportunity to do that. Now my question is, what is it that you actually wanted to bring to the attention of this court with this request?
Kodwa-ke kuyabonakala-ke noma kuyezwakala-ke uma ufunda laphayana ukuthi-ke inkantolo-ke yakunqabela ukuthi-ke ukwenze lokho. Manje-ke umbuzo wami uthi yini le owawufisa noma kwakuyini leyo owawufisa ngaleliya langa leli ukuthi-ke ungayitshela inkantolo noma lesiya sicelo awufisa ukusenza enkantolo?
Isicelo engangifisa ukusenza enkantolo, angifuna ukutshela inkantolo ukuthi amaphoyisa angishayile, angihlukumeza, angisabisa.
I wanted to inform the court that the police officers had assaulted me, had abused me, had threatened me. Yebo.
Angibophela icala engingalazi engingakaze ngalenza.
Accused me of a matter that I knew nothing about, that I had never committed.
Aphinde ayangihlukumeza ngaso sonke isikhathi ngaze ngasuka ema-police station ngaya ejele.
And that they were abusing me at all times up until I was removed from police stations and taken to prison.
Thank you, Mr. Sibiya. That will be all from me. Thank you, my lord.
Ngiyabonga-ke
For
yona-ke
further
le
points of
mibuzo yami
clarification.
engikubuza yona.
So this is what he intended to say, but he never said it.
It is because the court did not allow him the opportunity to do so, my
listen to me.
lord. Yes.
You're reading evidence which was led in that court. That is not on record. What he intended to say is not on record. Is that so?
He could not say it, my lord, because the
Then
court
listen. You're an
forbade
officer-
him
you're
the
an officer of
opportunity.
this court.
Yes, my lord.
That is what he says to you, he intended to say.
Yes.
But the point is, it is not on that record.
It is so, my lord.
Fine, that's
But
all.
there
I'm
are
saying.
reasons why it is not on record.
No, you can't say that.
As it is a
You are
court.
not there, you don't even know the reason. You are not in his mind, please.
That is all, my lord.
Yes.
Thank you, my lord.
Hey, my daughter. Yes, Mr. Numalo.
I see it is 1,300 hours. I think it is proper that we take a long adjournment. I still have to assess whether we have any questions to the witness. Thank you.
Mr. Sibande, are we adjourning? Until?
Until 12.
12?
2.
2, okay. 2 o'clock, please. Yes, Mr. Numalo.
Thank you, my lord. On behalf of accused number
Hello?
4, on behalf of accused number 4, I don't have any questions
No
to the
questions,
witness.
Mr.
Thank you.
Tololo?
Mr. Sibiya,
Yebo.
when you were before, or you were with Colonel Mboto, and there are papers which you testified that he asked you to sign. Am I correct?
Ngathi-ke wawunaye uKenel Mboto ushilo ukuthi-ke kunala maphepha acela ukuthi athi kuwasayine.
Yebo.
Yes.
Before signing those documents, was the content of that document read to you in the language that you understood?
Ngaphambilini kokuthi-ke usayine lapho kulawo maphepha lawo, lokhu okwakubhaliwe lapho kulawo maphepha owawasayina, ngabe wakufundelwa yini, ukufundela ngolimi oluzwayo?
Cha, akaze bengifundele Nkosi enkantolo.
No, they never read to me.
Okay. Were you ever told before you signed that document that whatever that you're going to sign here will be used in court against you? before you signed?
Ngaphambilini kokuthi usayinde watshela yini ukuthi lokhu okusayindayo lana ke noma okusayindelayo lana okukhona obhaliwe lana ukuthi into leyo ezosetshenziswa ngakuwena enkantolo ngaphambi kokuthi usayinde?
Cha,
No.
akaze bengitshela.
They never told me.
Is there any force that made you to sign the document before Colonel Mboto?
Is there any? Sorry.
Force,
Any?
force.
Okay. Ngabe ikhona yini indluzule yabakhona eyakuphoqa noma yakwenza ukuthi usayinde ngaphambi kuyena uKenan Mboto?
Yeah, bikhona.
Yes, there was.
What is it?
Kwakuyini?
Ngaqale ngashawa ngase ngisatshiswa amaphoyisa. So ngangesabela nempilo yami if ungayenzi into abayifunayo.
I was first assaulted and then I was threatened by the police, so I feared for my life if I didn't do that which they wanted me to do.
Okay. So it means the consequences of not remaining silent was not explained to you before you signed.
Okusho ukuthi imiphumela yokuthula ungasho lutho ayikaze ichazwe kuwena ngaphambilini kokuthi usayine. Ukuthi kusho ukuthini ukuthi uthule ungasho lutho lokho kwazi ukuchazelwa ngaphambi kokuthi usayine?
Cha, akaze bengichazele lutho.
No, they never explained anything.
Okay, thank you. Let's move further to the statement that was prepared by Colonel Hadebe in Albertine. You remember that statement?
Asiyeke manje ku statement lesi esenziwa uyena uKenel Hadebe Albertine, uyasikhumbula?
Cha.
No.
When you were busy with Colonel Hadebe, did he tell you that you had a right to remain silent and not to say anything to him?
Nkathi wawukanye naye ke uKenel Hadebe, ngabe wakusho yini ukuthi ke unelungelo lokuthula nje ungasho lutho kuyena?
Cha, akaze zengitshela.
No, he never informed me.
Did also Colonel Hadebe inform you that of the consequences of not remaining silent in whatever that he was asking from you?
Ngabe ke uKenel Hadebe washo yini kuwena ukuthi iyini imiphumela yokunquma ukuthi ke ukhulume noma imiphumela yokuthi ungasho lutho kuyena kuloko wayibuza yini? Ngabe wachazela yini ukuthi uma ungathuli ungasho lutho kuzokwenzekani?
Cha, akaze chaza.
No, he never explained.
Akaze ngitshele lutho.
He never told me anything.
When you were leaving the station at Albertine police station to wherever you went there, according to his evidence, did he inform you that whatever that you are going to say to him, whatever that you are going to point out to him, will be used against you in court?
Nkathi seniphuma ke manje ngisuka eAlbertine niya la athi ke naya khona ke ingabe washo yini kuwena ke ukuthi ke noma yini ozoyisho kuyena noma yini ozoyikhomba kuyena ukuthi lokho kuzosetshenziswa kuwena ngakuwena enkantolo?
Cha, akaze zengitshela.
No, he never informed me.
Okay. In Boksburg Magistrate Court, did you report at any time to the court that you were being assaulted by the police?
Ingaba eBoksburg noma inkantolo yase Boksburg khona inkathi yini la owasho khona ke kwimanje ukuthi ke ukade ushaywa amaphoyisa?
Ngathi ngiphakamisa isandla ngifuna ukusho ukuthi amaphoyisa angishayile angihlukumeza. Magistrate wanginqabela ukuthi ngikhulume.
I raised my hand with the intention, my lord, to say that and to inform the court that the police officers had assaulted me and the magistrate refused to allow me to speak.
Thank you, my lord. I've got no further questions.
Thank you. Yes, Mr. Sibanye.
Yes, God, please. Mr. Sibiya, can you tell this court as to the reason why the assault that happened in March 2019, you are only bringing it today for the first time?
Ungatshela yini lenkantolo ukuthi ke ukushaywa kwakho ushaywa ngoMarch ka2019 ukuthi kuyini isizathu sokuthi kube ihlandla lokuqala namuhla ukuthi utshele lenkantolo ngalokho?
ukuthi ngishawe ngo-2019.
ukuthi washaywa ngoMarch ngo-2019 kodwa inkantolo leni yaqala ukuthi kuzwe lokho namuhla kungani ukuthi iqala inkantolo ukuzwa namuhla ukuthi washaywa ngoMarch ka-2019?
Ingoba amaphoyisa la ngilethe enkantolo akusiwona la awayengishaya ngo-2019.
It's because the police officers that are transporting me to court are not the very same officers who assaulted me in 2019.
Did you inform your attorney regarding that aspect?
Ingaba ummeli wakho wamtshela yini mayelana nalolo daba lolo?
Ngimazisile.
I did.
Now let us proceed. You told this court today that when you were arrested on the 30th of May 2020, it was not for the first time wherein you were arrested for the murder of Senzo Meyiwa.
Namuhla ke utshelile lenkantolo ukuthi inkathi uboshwa ngazo i-30 zika May 2020 kwangasilona ihlandla loqala uboshelwa icala leli lokulawa kwakhe uSenzo Meyiwa.
Kwangesilona ihlandla lokuqala ngiyobuza ngishayela icala likaSenzo Meyiwa.
It was not the first time that I was being assaulted for the matter of Senzo Meyiwa.
Mr. Sibiya, being assaulted and being arrested is two different concepts.
Ukushaywa nokuboshwa into ezimbili ezahlukile lezo Mr. Sibiya.
Angaze ngisho ukuthi mina ngiboshwe isibili ngithi mina ngathatha ukuqala ngayoshawa ngishayela icala likaSenzo Meyiwa ngithatha amaphoyisa.
I never said that I was arrested for the second time. I said that I was taken in or was taken the first time to be being assaulted for the matter of Senzo Meyiwa.
The second question that Gomez will ask you today is that on the allegations of the murder of the soccer star, was it your first time arrested for such a matter on the 19th of March 2019? And you said that is correct.
Uma ubuzwa ke umbuzo ubuzwa yena ke ummeli uMr Ngomezulu ke ukuthi ke ngathi ke uboshwa ke uboshelwa koqala ngo-2019 uboshelwa icala leli ke lakhe owayedlala ibhola uSenzo Meyiwa waphendula ke wathi yebo wena yebo kuyiqiniso.
Yebo bekufanele ngiphendule kanjalo ukuthi kuyiqiniso ngoba amaphoyisa angithatha ungibuza ngecala likaSenzo angishayela lona.
Yes, I had to answer it in that manner because the police took me and assaulted me for Senzo Meyiwa's matter.
Okay, then I will argue that later. It's fine. Let's proceed, Mr. Sibiya. That important aspect that it was not for the first time being questioned regarding the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. It's very important. It was never put to any of the witnesses that were brought by the state.
March 2019.
Yes.
Okay, lolo daba lolo ke utaba semqoka kakhulu libaleke kakhulu ke kodwa kubona bonke ofakazi ke abalethiwe la enkantolo ke uma ummeli wakhe ethola ithuba ukuthi ababuze imibuzo asho futhi nokuthi ke engimele uSibiya uthi kanjena lolo udaba lolo alikaze uluvezwe nako yedwa ufakazi ukuthi ngoMarch ka2019 ethathwa amaphoyisa ayomshaya emshayela lona icala leli likaSenzo Meyiwa.
Are
you referring to the trial within the trial or the main trial?
I'm referring to the main trial as well as the trial within the trial. But now we are busy with the trial within the trial, sir.
Kodwa manje ke sikhuluma ngetrial within the trial. Ngisho kuzona zombili kodwa manje sikhuluma ngayo trial within the siphakathi kuyona trial within the trial.
Angeke ngize ngikhulumele ukuthi why ngashongo yena.
I won't speak on his behalf as to why he didn't say it.
Okay, let's proceed now to the date of your arrest on the 30th of May 2020.
Asinzileke manje kulangaka lokuboshwa kwakho ngazi i-30 zika May 2020.
You said you were arrested on that particular date.
Shilo ukuthi ilanga lelo owaboshwa ngalo leliyana angithi.
I-30 May ilanga ngaboshwa ngalo.
30th of May was the day of my arrest.
Who arrested you?
Uboshwa ubani?
Mabefika ngangabazi egcine sengibazi umhola useliki ubuthelezi umaphumulo.
Okay. When they first arrived, I didn't know them, but I ended up knowing them. It's Muhola, Seleki, Utelezi, Maphumulo, yebo.
Mnarengi,
Mnareng, Johannes,
Mapena,
Mabena,
Namane,
Namane,
nomunye ngimkhohlwa ngazi bathi Kenneth Bani.
and as well as another one who are forgotten. I'm not certain as to who they refer to as Colonel what.
Babe baningi abanye ngisabakhumbula
There were many. The others, I can't remember their names.
Nomlungu wayekhona.
There was also a white officer.
You also testified that you were in a company of someone else. Who is that particular person?
Ushilo-ke ukuthi wawungawedwa-ke ukhona owawukanye owawunaye wakubani lo?
Isha amagama akho.
Uthi unomuntu othi wawunaye wena-ke ngalelo langa lelo kwakuwubani?
Amagama akho.
Their names.
I'm asking for the names, sir.
Yebo baba.
Kwakubrada
Brother.
noBute.
Baba?
noBute.
Bute, as well as Bute.
And then, if